sometimes those touches when a manager or coach comes out with the trainer, and you said it, you're not there to interfere with Eric Munson, but you're there to lend some emotional support.
Oh, yeah, you need that, again, it's funny because I treat these players as if they were my kids, or my little brother in that case. It's just, I care when I see something happen to them, my first reaction is to protect them. It's like, if I see a guy get hit or if I feel someone did something intentional to him, I get aggressive, because I'm going to protect them. I love these guys, and I go to war with these guys, and I'm here to protect these kids. And whenever something happens to them, it kills me. It really hurts me, and I never want to see them get hurt. I don't like them getting hit. When they get hurt and pull hamstrings and stuff like that, or their arms are hurt as a pitcher and you're down at the DL, that hurts me. I don't like seeing that because I want them on the field. I want them healthy because I know that we need them, and I know also that they're hurting physically as well. And I'm just here to lend that hand and just lend that hand of support.
Well, it meant a lot, I know, and we're glad you and Eric were there to be there, and we're glad Flint recovered very quickly from being hit in the head with a pitch. Bobby, thank you so much. These Friday get-togethers, I really missed it last Friday because of the rain out. I look forward to it every week. More importantly, Bobby, our fans do. Please treat yourself and your family to a meal at any of our Zio Giano's spaghetti houses. So much good for so little money at any of our Zio Giano's. Bobby Magianis, thank you so much.
You're welcome, John. Thank you.
Up next, starting lineups from South Bend. Game 1 of a 4-game series. Kernels and Silverhawks. We'll have them for you following this.
Service second to none. South Slope Cooperative. We're here for your communication needs. Internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners. We make a good team. Service second to none. South Slope Cooperative Communications.
Communications Triple Play, voice, video, and data with South Slope Cooperative in North Liberty. South Slope's lineup features everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and digital video TV service in most areas. For all your communication needs, think South Slope. Visit them at southslope.com.
We have ourselves a warm, muggy, sunny Friday evening from Gold Dome Country, South Bend, Indiana. The Kernels opening up a 4-game set against the Arizona Diamondback minor leaguers, the Silverhawks. Thanks for joining us here on 1450 KMRY. John Rogers reporting from Stanley Kovalevsky Stadium, where the umpires are taking in the lineup cards from Colonel Manager Bobby Magianis and the skipper of the Silverhawks, Mark Haley. South Bend's in good shape in their quest to secure a second-half playoff berth. They're 22-11 in the second half, and that puts them in solid position, second place in the Eastern Division second-half standings. They own a 4.5-game lead over Fort Wayne, and they're 3.5 back of the West Michigan Whitecaps. The Kernels are a game and a half back of Beloit and 3 lengths behind the Swing of the Quad Cities in our effort to stake a claim to the playoffs. The Kernels snapping a 7-game losing skid last night at home with a big 6-3 win over Kane County. Let's set the starting lineups for the series opener here. The Kernels took 3 out of 4 from the Silverhawks in our ballpark back in early May. Leading off for South Bend is Greg Thompson in left field. Leyson Séptimo is in right field. Leyson Séptimo in right bats second. Hitting third, the first player taken in last year's draft, center fielder Justin Upton, Upton. The designated hitter is Brian Byrne. Byrne will bat cleanup for South Bend. Hitting fifth at first base, Will Couch, Couch. First baseman Will Couch will bat fifth. Ricardo Sosa escaped the dictatorial and brutal regime of Fidel Castro in Cuba. Ricardo Sosa will bat sixth and play third base for South Bend. The catcher is Frank Carreri. Carreri will hit seventh. Hitting eighth is Steve Mena, M-E-N-A, Steve Mena at second base. And batting ninth, Manny Ferrer, F-E-R-R-E-R, Manny Ferrer bats ninth at shortstop for the Silverhawks. On the hill, he'll only pitched 1 inning. He's doing a rehabilitation start. His right-hander, Matt Torra, T-O-R-R-A, 1 inning is what he's scheduled to go. He was a Diamondback first-round pick last year out of the University of Massachusetts. He's 6'3", 225. Matt Torra, Torra, a 22-year-old first-round pick by Arizona out of UMass, the University of Massachusetts. He'll be followed on the hill by the scheduled starter, lefty Ryan Schreppel. We'll tell you about Schreppel. He's a 4-10 pitcher with 19 starts, and the Kernels beat him 6-0 back on May 1st. So a piggyback situation, as they call it. The starting pitcher, Matt Torra, a right-hander, will go 1 inning or 25 pitches and then hand the ball over to the scheduled starter, lefty Ryan Schreppel. Allen Motor Company, as always, is proud to present the Kernels starting lineup here from South Bend. Allen's is celebrating their 103rd year in business in eastern Iowa in grand style with their 103rd birthday bash sale. It's campus-wide at Allen's. Allen's is open until 5 o'clock tomorrow evening, and they are open late, extended hours during their campus-wide 103rd birthday bash sale. Allen's is open Monday through Thursday until 9 o'clock. Allen Motor Company, savings galore right now. Saturn of Cedar Rapids, 10% off MSRP. And the campus-wide sale includes 2006 Kia Spectras, just $10,995 at Allen's. The all-new 2006 Kia Sedona, those are only $22,900 at Allen Motor Company. And just announced 0% financing at Allen Motor Company during their 103rd birthday bash sale, campus-wide. Remember, Allen's is open late until 9 o'clock, Monday through Thursday, and they're open tomorrow, Saturday, until 5 o'clock. Leading off in the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup, Brad Kuhn in center. Kuhn leads the league with 36 stolen bases. Batting second, Marco Albano, the second baseman. Switch-hitting all-star Kernel shortstop Heinle Stacia will bat third. Heinle had 3 hits in the Kernel win last night. He's batting .302. Jordan Renz leads the Kernels with 17 homers, tops on the team with 56 RBIs. Renz will bat cleanup in right field this evening. Third baseman batting fifth, Dallas Morris. Morris will be at the hot corner and bat fifth. Mark Trumbo drove in 4 runs in the last 3 games against Kane County. Trumbo now has 47 RBIs. Mark will bat sixth at first base. Designated hitter Flint Whipke leads the league with 8 triples. Flint will bat seventh in the Allen Motor Company order. Batting eighth, Brett Martinez the catcher, and Brett Martinez had a big 2-out, bases-loaded 2-run single in the 4th inning that catapulted the Kernels ahead of Kane County last night, 4-0. And batting ninth, starting for the first time in over a month in left field, Anderson Rosario. Anderson Rosario, recovering from a strained hamstring, last started the game on June 26th in Burlington. Rounding out the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup, Mr. Reliable, Moose Mosebach. Moose is making his 21st start of the year. He's pitched 132 2/3 innings, and his record is 7-5. Mosebach pitched very well his last time out. Game 1 of a twin bill in Davenport against the Swing of the Quad Cities on Sunday afternoon. Moose was a 2-1 loser on Sunday in that first game of the twin bill at John O'Donnell Stadium. He went 6 innings, gave the Swing just 2 runs on only 5 hits, struck out 2 and walked 2. Moose Mosebach, 7-5, with a 3.12 ERA, is on the hill for the Kernels. The umpires are watching the Silverhawks being introduced out of their first base home dugout, and the umpiring crew, Robert Boyle behind the plate, his partner on the diamond, John Byrne. Our umpires are sponsored by the official eye care provider of the Kernels, Anderson & Brown Eye Care. Anderson & Brown Eye Care is located I-380 exit 25 Boyson Road in Hiawatha. Easy in, easy out at Anderson & Brown Eye Care, your comprehensive, complete eye care center where you can have your eyes examined by Dr. Tom Anderson and Dr. Todd Brown, and then pick out your glasses and contact lenses right on site. Let's pause to honor America here at Kovalevsky Stadium with the singing of the national anthem. And we're sorry our crowd mic is not picking up the national anthem. It should be, but For some reason, it's not. And we will do everything we can to rectify that situation. There we go. Here at Coveleski Stadium in South Bend. First pitch, Kernels and Silverhawks coming your way next here on 1450 KMRY.
As a parent, have you ever experienced the frustration of watching your child struggle at school because of poor study habits? Did your child's grades suffer last year because of poor organization? Do you wish your child would be more motivated at school to realize his or her true potential? If the answer to any of these questions was yes, then Educare Learning Centers has a proven study skills program just for your child. Educare's Study Skills program has helped hundreds of area students gain the study skill tools necessary to turn grades around. So if learning how to study needs to be your child's first lesson this year, give Educare a call. Classes begin Monday, August 7th and Monday, August 14th, just in time for school this fall. Space is limited. Call Educare of Cedar Rapids today at 832-1965 and get this year started right. That's Educare of Cedar Rapids, 832-1965. Educare is fully accredited by the North Central Association of Colleges and Schools.
We're back and ready to bring you the action from Coveleski Stadium, where the sun is shining brightly. The temperature is 87 degrees, and the Kernels paying their first and only visit to Gold Dome Country. We'll visit the campus of Notre Dame tomorrow. Right now, though, we have our sights set on climbing back to the 500 mark in the season's second half. The Kernels breaking a 7-game losing streak with a terrific 6-3 win last night at home over the Kane County Cougars. It's just past the top of the hour here at the Cove, Coveleski Stadium, and we want to remind you that you're enjoying Kernel baseball this evening on 1450 KMRY Cedar Rapids. It'll be Brad Kuhn, Marco Albano, Heinley Stacia here in the top of the first inning to face right-hander Matt Torra. And we were told that Torra would pitch one inning or 25 pitches, whichever comes first, and then the regularly scheduled starter, lefty Ryan Schreppel, will take over for the remainder of the contest. Well, here's Brad Kuhn, the Kernel leadoff batter with a .263 average. Left-handed batter, no homers, 22 RBIs, and the first pitch is upstairs, according to Robert Boyle, the plate umpire. Kuhn leads the league with 36 stolen bases. Brad was 1 for 5 in the Kernel victory at home last night, doubled in the 6th inning. The next delivery is a fastball from Torra for a strike. South Bend wears white home uniforms with black hats, black socks, and black pinstripes. A breaking pitch is just upstairs, and it's 2-1 to the Kernel left-handed hitting leadoff batter. The Silverhawks have gold numbers on the back of their white home black pinstripe jerseys and gold letters across the front of their white jerseys that says Silverhawks. Strike 2 called on the inside corner to Brad, a fastball. From 22-year-old Silverhawk first-round pick last year, Matt Torra, out of the University of Massachusetts. A curve down and in, and Brad Kuhn rolls it foul towards the Silverhawk first base dugout. There's no grandstand roof here at Coveleski Stadium. It's an open-air structure. They replaced the original seats here. They were a pale blue with a lush dark green seat. Brad Kuhn on a 2-2 pitch now pops the delivery foul way down the left side. We're nestled into downtown South Bend. Beautiful downtown setting. It's 405 feet to straightaway center field here, a 12-foot high green padded wall, and a changeup drops in for strike 3 called to Brad Kuhn. Brad Kuhn is a strikeout victim to start this ball game. And here's a fellow that probably faced Matt Torra in college. Boston College Marco Albano facing University of Massachusetts product, Matt Torra. Marco Albano batting .217, right-handed hitter. Takes a fastball just high. Marco was 0-for-4 in the Colonel triumph at home last night. We start playing the second half with a record of 16 wins and 17 losses. South Bend's rolling along. They're 22-11. Ball 2, a fastball inside. The Silverhawk outfield has Greg Thompson in left, Justin Upton in center, and Leyson Séptimo in right. The 2-0 to Marco. Popped up a mile high into shallow left. The shortstop, Manny Ferrer, grazes back about 15 feet into shallow left, and near the line, Ferrer puts it away. Marco Albano surprised me on ahead 2-0. He popped out to the shortstop, and there's one away. That's checked at. There's 2 away here in the Colonel first inning. The shortstop, Manny Ferrer, Ferrer, backpedaled into shallow left to secure the pop-up by Marco Albano that came on a 2-0 count. Now Heinley Stacia bats with nobody on and 2 away and takes a change-up low, ball 1. Heinley led the Colonel offense last night. He was 3-for-4, an RBI double in the first inning, and then he scored 2 of the Colonel's 6 runs. Fastball on the outside edge evens the count to Heinley, 1-1. Stacia leads the Colonels with 27 doubles. Heinley has a homer and 32 RBIs. 1-1 delivery is a fastball down the heart of the plate for strike 2. Gorgeous Friday night for baseball here in northern Indiana. A tap foul up the first base side keeps Stacia in the hole, 1-2. Heinley's a switch hitter batting left. We've described the Silverhawk home uniforms for you: white with black pinstripes, black hats, silver numbers, silver lettering, and black socks. The Colonels are in our gray road uniforms with red numbers trimmed in white, red socks, red batting helmets, and we're wearing our all-red hats tonight. A pitch in on the hands of Heinley Stacia, and he grounds it foul. Past first base, where Eric Owens is coaching. Eric is going to enjoy a round of golf tomorrow morning with Colonel pitching coach Kernan Ronan on the grounds of Notre Dame. Here's a drive, hooking and tailing foul into the left field Colonel bullpen, chased by Greg Thompson, and Heinley Stacia's having a very good at-bat against right-hander Matt Torra. 2 out, nobody on. Colonel's batting in the bottom half of the first inning. We're here for 4. We'll be on the air tomorrow evening at 6:40. Check that at 5:40 with the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. Heinley Stacia drills a shot into right center for extra bases. Over to get it, Leyson Séptimo in right center, and he'll hold Heinley to a 2-out double. Heinley Stacia hammering his team-high 28th double into the right center field gap. Leyson Séptimo had to race over into the right center field alley to cut it off, and Heinley Stacia pulled into second standing up ahead of Séptimo's throw to the cutoff man with a 2-out double, Heinley's 28th of the season. Man, oh man, is Heinley Stacia ever putting together a great season. Now cleanup batter Jordan Renz lays off ball 1 upstairs, a fastball. Jordan hitting at .229. 17 home runs, 56 RBIs. Jordan was 1 for 3 last night at home, and he sends one a mile high toward the Colonel third base dugout. The catcher comes over, but it's 1 row up into the green box seats above the Colonel third base dugout. There is a green padded railing in front of both dugouts here. It's a very low rail, only about 3.5 feet high, about the size of a hurdle, about the size of a intermediate hurdle that you'd see on a track, a 400-meter hurdle race. That's about the height of the protective railing in front of the dugouts here. Jordan, with Stacia in scoring position, rips one into left field, going way back, and it's over the head of Greg Thompson. The Kernels lead it 1-0. Jordan Renz races into second, sliding in safely ahead of the throw by the left fielder, and Jordan Renz has socked a line shot over the head of Greg Thompson in left, and he's driven in Heinley Stacia from second, and the Kernels have broken ahead in this game in the top of the first inning, leading 1-0. Jordan Renz on a 1-1 pitch laced it over the head of Greg Thompson in left to the base of the 12-foot-high green padded wall. Heinley Stacia with 2 outs scored easily on the Jordan Renz double, and Renz now has 57 RBIs. Dallas Morris takes up and in a fastball from Ryan Schreppel, who threw one right underneath the armpits of the Colonel number 5 hitter, Dallas Morris. Back-to-back doubles by Stacia and Renz have the Kernels leading 1-0 here in the top of the first inning. Here's a pitch drilled into right, and over to get it to end the inning is Leyson Séptimo. Oh, Dallas Morris really hit one hard. His strength is hitting it to right center, and that's where Dallas pulverized it, but he lines out to right to end the inning. The Kernels get back-to-back 2-out doubles from Stacia and Renz to score 1 run in the top of the first on 2 hits. There were no Silverhawk errors, and the Kernels leave 1 man aboard. Good news from South Bend. After 1/2 inning, the Kernels won. The Silverhawks coming to bat.
Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to the ballpark every Wednesday this season. You heard right. Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to Veterans Memorial Stadium every Wednesday this season. The first 750 of you Colonel fans to enter the gates before Wednesday's home game will receive an envelope full of money inside from Fairfax State Savings Bank. Each of those 750 envelopes will contain a greenback up to a $100 bill. Fairfax State Savings Bank, free money Wednesdays. Come early to line your pocket with cash.
Meet Jim. When it's nice out, he spends weekends in his yard trying to kill weeds.
Gotcha.
Meet Dave. He spends weekends on the green. That's because Greg's Lawn Service takes care of his lawn. Mowing, fertilizing, pruning, and, weed control. Greg's does the big jobs, too. Landscaping, retaining walls, curb edging, and patios. So when you've had enough of those little devils...
Yes.
Call 393-0101. Greg's Lawn Service, a cut above the rest.
Hi, I'm Tanya Sedlock, your local Pekin Insurance agent at Andrews Insurance here in Cedar Rapids. We all know how quickly life can change. You buy a new car or a new home. Your family is blessed with a new baby. Your teenager starts driving the family car. I'm here to help with a complete line of insurance plans to give you protection when you need it the most. Pekin Insurance has been in business of insuring people for 85 years. I'm here to put your interests first. Please visit me, Tanya Sedlock, at the Andrews Agency.
1-0 Kernels. A pair of doubles with 2 outs by Stacia, and Renz has given Moose Mosebach a little breathing room. Moose has been a victim of poor run support this season. Get this, Moose Mosebach, second in the league in innings pitched, 132 2/3, who leads the Midwest League in innings pitched, 18-year-old Colonel right-hander Tommy Mendoza does. So what a tribute to both Mendoza and Mosebach to be at the top of the leaderboard in durability, stamina, innings pitched. It'll be Greg Thompson to lead off for South Bend. Here in the bottom of the first inning, Greg Thompson, a left-handed batter from St. John's in New York. Greg Thompson, 22 years old, was a 15th-round pick by Arizona in last year's draft. Greg is a left-handed hitter with a .286 average, 4 homers, 32 RBIs. Colonel pitching staff has the 4th lowest ERA in the Midwest League at 3.47. Greg Thompson does not wear batting gloves. And a first pitch strike from Moose Mosebach. The Kernels have an infield of Morris at third, Stacia at short, Marco Albano at second, and Mark Trumbo at first. Moose now hits the batter, a pitch down and in, and it struck Greg Thompson in the lower front ankle. He is hit by a pitch. That's the 9th batter that Moose Mosebach has plunked this season. And an 0-1 pitch hits Greg Thompson in the lower front leg. Greg went into a full stride run to first base. Greg Thompson has 10 steals in 12 tries. For a team that's last in the Midwest League in stolen bases, South Bend has 54 stolen bases, and Greg Thompson, the runner hit by a pitch, is not going, and a swing and a foul by Leyson Séptimo. Septimo. Leyson spells his first name Leyson. Séptimo is a 21-year-old left-handed batter out of the Dominican Republic. A throw to first, and Greg Thompson is chased back standing up. Beautiful sunny Friday night here in South Bend, where it's 336 down the lines, 360 to the power alleys, 405 to dead center, symmetrical dimensions. A changeup in the dirt blocked by Brett Martinez to prevent a wild pitch. Brad Kuhn is shifted way around into left center, and Jordan Renz is playing at least 80 yards. I'll amend that, at least 60 yards off the line in right. So the Kernels are playing Leyson Séptimo to hit the other way. Séptimo stands straight up at the plate and takes low and in for ball 2. Leyson is hitting .258 on the year, 3 homers, 31 RBIs. The Silverhawks lost last night in Appleton, Wisconsin to the Timber Rattlers 3-2. Here at home in the second half, they're 9-5. Séptimo, a chopper to first. Mark Trumbo backhands, throws to Mosebach, and Moose tags out Séptimo. Moose Mosebach was not going to win a foot race to first base to touch the base ahead of Leyson, so he had to reach out and tag Leyson Séptimo, and it's essentially a swinging bunt as Greg Thompson, the tying run, advances into scoring position. Leyson Séptimo bounces out to Trumbo. Mark had to shade his eyes from a bright sunshine. Mark Trumbo is wearing his glasses up on the bill of his cap, above the bill of his cap, and he took a one-hop bouncer, gloved it, and then underhanded to Moose Mosebach, who was on a dead sprint towards first. Mosebach saw that he wasn't going to be able to tag first with his foot before Séptimo, but he reached out and tagged Leyson for the first out of the inning. Now a big swing and a miss by Justin Upton. Upton hitting .262, 7 homers, 42 RBIs. Justin is only 18 years old. And he was the first player taken in last year's draft out of Virginia. He pokes the 0-1 pitch foul towards the backstop. The Colonel equipment manager in uniform races out and retrieves it. There are no advertising signs whatsoever on the green padded wall. There's a grass slope seating berm, a steep berm above the 12-foot high wall, a check swing roller on a slider low and away, and that keeps Upton alive at 0-2. He checked his swing, and the pitch ricocheted off the barrel of his bat toward the South Bend on-deck circle where Brian Byrne is waiting. Justin Upton batting with Greg Thompson at second. 1 out here in the first. Moose Mosebach delivers outside a fastball, and that is ball 1 to Justin Upton. Justin has a .262 average this year, 7 homers, 42 runs driven in. The 1-2, low, a fastball. A steep grass slope seating berm above the 12-foot high green padded wall here, and then atop that grass slope seating berm are big advertising panels, billboards. Breaking pitch, a sharp curve, swing and a miss. Justin Upton down on strikes for out number 2 here in the South Bend first inning. And now Brian Byrne, the cleanup man and designated hitter, will bat for the Silverhawks. Brian Byrne is batting .274. 6 homers, 55 RBIs. Byrne leads the Silverhawks with those 55 runs driven in. Brian Byrne, out of St. Mary's College. Looks at the first pitch just low, ball one. Byrne was the Diamondback 12th round pick last year, and he hit .267 with Missoula in the Pioneer League in 64 games. Brian hit 4 homers, drove in 36. He swings hard and misses a Moose Mosebach fastball. Strike one. The scoreboard here at Coveleski Stadium has been completely refurbished. It's a dark, lush green, oval-shaped structure towering over the advertising signs in left center field. Ball two pushes Byrne back of the plate a little bit, back off it, and it's 2-1 to the left-handed batter, who wears a pair of white batting gloves and uses a maroon-colored bat. Greg Thompson leads away from second with 2 out here in the bottom of the first, 1-0 Kernels. Beautiful breaking pitch on the inside corner from the Kernel right-hander, and that evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Brian Byrne, B-Y-R-N-E. Brian spells his first name B-R-Y-A-N as opposed to B-R-I-A-N. 2-2 is clubbed foul off Brian's foot. It rolls halfway to the mound, and Moose Mosebach picks it up to the left side of home plate and gives the baseball to the plate umpire, Robert Boyle. Our umpires are sponsored by Anderson and Brown Eye Care, where you can have your eyes examined and then pick out your glasses and or contact lenses right on site at Anderson and Brown Eye Care's beautiful new facility in Hiawatha on Boyson Road. Ooh, a slider down and in, and according to the base umpire, John Byrne, Brian Byrne held up. And now the count is full to the South Bend cleanup batter. Good-sized crowd here at Coveleski Stadium, where fireworks will entertain the fans after tonight's ball game. Strike 3 call, the changeup. Moose Mosebach took something off a payoff delivery and got Brian Byrne looking to end the first inning. No runs for South Bend, no hits, a hit batter, no Kernel errors. Silverhawks leave a runner aboard. We go to the top of the second in Gold Dome country. We're in South Bend, Indiana, where the Kernels lead the Silverhawks 1-0.
There's a lot you can do to satisfy your taste for Italian. You can marry one. Do you, Susan Smith, take Giuseppe Florentino? You can drive one. Or you can go to Zio Giano's and feast on Zio's homemade bread, pizzas, and pasta, authentically prepared as Zio Giano's famous Italian style. Zio Giano's for the hometown taste of Italy.
Oh, come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes you Zio. Come to Zio Giano's for real Italiano. Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? Hey, my hair is my trademark. I gotta be able to count on a good cut and stuff to keep my hair looking thick, even if it's not.
I get a good cut, no long wait, a smile, and a little something left over in my wallet.
I get little trims that keep my hair long and healthy, and stuff to make it loose and curly one day, straight and sassy the next.
With expert stylists trained in the latest trends and techniques and your favorite professional styling and hair care products, you'll always get what you're looking for at Cost Cutters. At Cost Cutters, you can always count on convenient, affordable, professional care and products that help you create just the style you want. At Cost Cutters, you'll always get a little more.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? A slick, clean cut, great highlights, and a little wig from the hottest stylist I've ever seen.
More of what you're looking for. Just goes down.
Well, just as South Bend Silverhawks skipper Mark Haley assured Bobby Magianis 3 hours before tonight's game, the scheduled starter Ryan Schreppel, a lefty, takes over for Matt Torra. Matt Torra went 1 inning for the Silverhawks, and he allowed 1 run on a pair of 2-out doubles by Hindley Station and Jordan Renz. That's the only inning Matt Torra will pitch tonight. Ryan Schreppel, S-C-H-R-E-P-P-E-L, a 22-year-old southpaw from Cal State Fullerton, making his 19th start of the year. No complete games, a 4.95 ERA. Schreppel is 6'2", 195, and his fastball is taken outside and high by Mark Trumbo, ball 1. 1-0 Kernels, top of the second inning. Mark Trumbo had a terrific series at home against Kane County. 7 hits in 16 at-bats. A change-up is a strike called on the outside corner. That's right. Trumbo was 7 for 16 against Kane County, and Mark's average is on the rise at 234. Ball 2, a change-up in the dirt to Mark Trumbo. 5:40 is South Slope Communications Triple Play Show time tomorrow evening in the Zone. Sunday afternoon we'll greet you at 12:10 in the Zone. And then Monday night we'll be back here on 1450 KMRY. Monday night's game will be heard on 1450 KMRY. Mark Trumbo on a 2-1 pitch slaps it foul onto the green concourse roof here at Coveleski Stadium. The predominant color here is green. I told you about the beautiful refurbished scoreboard high above the grass slope seating berm in deep left center. It's a very dark green. Breaking pitch, and Trumbo hoists it foul into the aluminum back bleachers down the right field line. There are 10 rows of newly installed dark green box seats here that go from the end of the dugouts around the home plate. Beyond the dugouts are 15 rows of aluminum back bleachers, and then grass slope seating in the corners and above the wall. Mark Trumbo now skies one down the right field line, and Leyson Séptimo gives chase, but it falls into the Silverhawk bullpen, which is nestled into the right field corner, and it's still a 2-2 count on Mark Trumbo. Ryan Schreppel, Schreppel. Last pitch Sunday right here at Coveleski Stadium against the Kane County Cougars. The Cougars beat Ryan Schreppel. He pitched 4 2/3 innings and gave up 6 runs. Here's a little Texas League looper to the second baseman. Steve Mena has it, and Mark Trumbo had a good at-bat before being jammed and lifting a humpback liner to the second baseman, who didn't have to move a step to put it away. 1 out here in the Kernel second, and the batter is Flint Whipke. Schreppel's last start Sunday here at home, and Ryan pitched 4 2/3 against Kane County, allowed 6 runs in 4 2/3 on 4 hits, struck out 1 and walked 4. Ball 1, a cut fastball, is upstairs to the Kernel right-handed hitting DH, number 7 hitter in the Allen Motor Company order, Flint Whipke. Flint's 23 years old. Didn't play in last night's Kernel win at home, and takes a changeup in for a strike called. Flint's average is 242, 2 homers, 25 RBIs. Flint has 16 doubles and a league-high 8 triples. The 1-1 to the Kernel right-handed hitter. Change-up, swing and a miss, strike 2. Ryan Schreppel, 4 10 on the year, has pitched 100 innings, surrendered 114 hits in 100 innings, struck out 53 in 100 innings, walked 39. The league hitting 291 against left-hander Ryan Schreppel. Flint Whipke lofts a high drive down the right field line. It's a foul ball, and it's caught by Leyson Séptimo on the run. Leyson had to go a long way to his left, and in foul ground on the warning track material made the crab. So Flint Whipke fouls out down the right field line. 2 gone here in the Kernel second inning. And the batter is Brett Martinez. There were 2 out, nobody on in the first, when the Kernels got a double from Heinle Stacia against the starter Matt Torra, and then a Jordan Renz double scored Stacia to give the Kernels a 1-0 lead. A high fly ball into right center, drifting over into his left is Justin Upton to haul it in. Brett Martinez, first pitch swinging, skies to right center where Justin Upton made the play. Lefty Ryan Schreppel retires the Kernel side in order and does so with ease in the top of the second inning. We're at Coveleski Stadium in South Bend, Indiana for the series opener of a 4-game series with the Arizona Diamondback minor leaguers. South Bend comes to bat in the bottom of the second. Kernels lead the Silverhawks 1-0.
Remember just a few years back when experts predicted that the wonders of the computer, internet, and email would result in a paperless society? Well, if your household or office is anything like mine, you're probably wondering when that paperless society is coming. Amazing but true, nearly 40% of all paper ends up in the wrong place, our landfills. So the next time you catch yourself about to throw paper away in your garbage, pause for just a second and instead put it in your blue recycling box. A paperless society? Not yet. But a smarter society? Yes. When we choose reuse by recycling.
The best time to enjoy fresh, colorful flowers and blooming plants is now, summertime. And Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center has the finest quality flowers and plants for indoors and outdoors, plus all the free expert advice you'll need to make your flowers and plants grow their very best. Whether it's a single flower or an entire arrangement, a single house plant or a yard of landscaping, Peck's can do it all. Peck's is family-owned, and they've been serving our community for 50 years. Peck's is your professional and award-winning FTD and Teleflora florist. They're your certified and year-round garden center, your nursery and landscaping headquarters, and, of course, your plant and flower mecca. So stop in often this month of July for Peck's fresh flowers and blooming plants. Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center. Nursery and landscaping, they're open until 8 o'clock weeknights and until 5 on weekends. Here in South Bend, the Kernels lead the Silverhawks 1-0. Moose Mosebach struck the leadoff batter for the Silverhawks, Greg Thompson, on an 0-1 pitch in the first inning. Thompson advanced to second on a bounce out to first off the bat of Leyson Séptimo, but Moose Mosebach prevented Greg Thompson from scoring to tie the game by striking out Justin Upton swinging and getting the cleanup batter Brian Byrne looking on a full count delivery. Here we go to the bottom of the second inning. And the leadoff batter is Will Couch, C-O-U-C-H. Boy, when you think of that name Couch, you think of Tim Couch, don't you? The former first-round pick of the Cleveland Browns. They're already talking gridiron action here in South Bend. This evening, I was tuned in to one of the local sports stations, and they were doing a complete preview of the Fighting Irish game against the Penn State Nittany Lions. A chopper foul toward the Colonel first base dugout. And that evens the count, 1-1 to Will Couch. Couch, out of the University of Texas, signed by the Diamondbacks as a non-drafted free agent. He wraps one to third, fair ball, backhanded by Morris, and Dallas shoots it across the diamond for the out. Will Crouch on a 1-1 pitch hit a ground ball sharply down the line at third. Dallas Morris had Crouch positioned perfectly and threw Will Crouch out, a right-handed batter. Threw him out for the first out here in the second inning. Will Crouch wraps out to third where Dallas Morris made a good play. The batter is Ricardo Sosa, right-handed hitter. Breaking pitch from Mosebach is over at the knees, strike one. Ricardo Sosa, a Cuban refugee, backs away from a fastball low and in. Sosa's 22 years old, and he played in Yakima, Washington last year. He falls in the hole 1-2 as he grounds a 1-1 pitch foul right past his manager coaching at third, Mark Haley. Mark led the South Bend Silverhawks to the Midwest League title last year. Quite an accomplishment. They won the first half of the East and the second half, swept 2 rounds of the playoffs before being taken to the brink by Wisconsin, and the Silverhawks won the Midwest League title in 5 games. A breaking pitch low and away to the right-handed hitter, Ricardo Sosa. Now he fouls one right over our heads. There's a beautiful restaurant above us that's protected by plexiglass, and I mean it's something. This stadium has stood the test of time. It was the first stadium, first new stadium that started a minor league stadium building boom across the United States. This ballpark built in '87. A 2-2 pitch is dribbled foul behind the plate by Ricardo Sosa. Ricardo's batting .297 on the year, 4 homers, 23 RBIs. Hit .254 with Yakima in 32 games last year. Broke his left wrist. That brought his season to a premature end. Now he chops another pitch foul past the Colonel third base dugout. 1-0 Kernels. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Moose winds and fires, and a base hit into right in front of Jordan Renz. Jordan fields it on the second hop and tosses it back into the cutoff man, Marco Albano. Ricardo Sosa just made it too tough for Moose Mosebach. He kept fouling off 2 strike pitches before he went the other way and hammered it into right. You would suspect that most guys from Cuba can play. I had a wonderful talk with Tommy Mendoza's father, Nelson Mendoza, about life in Cuba before Fidel Castro and his Marxist government restricted all the freedoms of the Cuban people. Swing and a miss by Frank Carreri, a left-handed hitting catcher, strike 1. And Nelson Mendoza said that there are more guys in Cuba that can play than you can imagine. And that sentiment of Nelson Mendoza, Tommy's father, the 0-1 to Carreri, is in the dirt for a ball. Bobby Ramos, the former Angel minor league roving catching instructor, now a coach with Joe Madden and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Bobby Ramos also said that Cuba is loaded with guys that could play professionally in the big leagues. Here's a line drive that falls in front of Brad Kuhn in center, off the bat of Frank Carreri, and back-to-back singles by Sosa and Carreri have the Silverhawks knocking on the door, threatening to tie this game or take the lead in the home half of the second. Frank Carreri didn't swing hard, and he lashed a base hit in front of Brad Kuhn in center, a one-hop single that Brad just couldn't get to. Steve Mena, the batter now. Steve Mena, M-E-N-A. Steve is from South Florida Community College. He hails from Miami. I bet Nelson Mendoza knows Steve Mena. Nelson knows all the ball players in the Miami area. Mena cuts loose with a big swing and misses on a Moose Mosebach curve down and away. Steve Mena is 21 years old. Out of South Florida Community College, the right-handed batter with a .246 average, 2 homers, 21 RBIs. Comebacker to Mosebach. Moose throws to second to Stacia, out. Heinley unloads to first, out for an inning-ending double play. A comebacker to Moose Mosebach. Moose clubbed the one-hopper and then flung his peg to second, where Heinley Stacia caught it to force Frank Carreri. And then Heinley, with the runner right in on his feet, was able to get enough oomph behind his throw to get Steve Mena and complete the 1-6-3 double play that ends the South Bend scoring threat here in the bottom of the second inning. Moose Mosebach starts a 1-6-3 twin killing to end the Silverhawks second. No runs for South Bend in the second inning. 2 hits, a pair of singles. There were no Colonel errors. An inning-ending double play. The Silverhawks leave a runner. They're second stranded of the young evening. Kernels come to bat in the top of the third, owning a 1-0 lead over South Bend.
Pepsi Smash.
Hey, it's Mariah Carey. So you know that feeling you get when you meet someone new and, like, you got those butterflies every time when they call? Well, here's a ringtone that I created just for that moment. You can only get it at PepsiSmash.com. Then there's the flip side. The guy you chose to give the heave-ho 2 years ago, but he still keeps calling. Well, here's your signal not to pick up the phone. Nice, huh? There's only one place you can get these, PepsiSmash.com.
Pepsi gives you the chance to get original, exclusive ringtones created by your favorite artists like Mariah Carey. Look under specially marked Pepsi caps and log on to PepsiSmash.com for information. 1 in 3 gets a ringtone. Also enter for a chance to win the newest Motorola cell phones. A winner every 10 minutes. No purchase necessary. Promotion subject to official rules at PepsiSmash.com. Internet access required. You must be 13 or older to play. Promotion ends 8/6/06. Ringtones must be downloaded by 8/20/06. Void where prohibited.
Imagine the convenience of accomplishing your next real estate transaction under one roof. Buying a home, selling a home, or securing the right mortgage loan are simple and worry-free at Todd Financial Services. Todd Financial Services knows that you've worked hard to be able to make the dream of home ownership a reality. Todd Financial Services understands that people do business with people they trust. You can count on Todd Financial Services to put you and your needs first so that your real estate transactions are pleasurable.
The Kernels bat here in the top of the third, the first of an 8-game road trip. 4 here in South Bend at Kovalevsky Stadium, then 4 at O'Brien Field in downtown Peoria. We'll be back home on Saturday, August 5th. That's when our next home game will be, and we'll tell you about the upcoming attractions as we go along here in the early going. Anderson Rosario, the number 9 hitter in the Allen Motor Company order, takes ball 1 low. Anderson shelved for over a month with a strained hamstring, playing in his 12th game, and he grounds one to third. Backhanded by Ricardo Sosa, who pops to his feet and throws out Anderson Rosario. Anderson Rosario grounds out to third. He hit it sharply, and Sosa went to his backhanded side and sprawled on the grass. He was playing Rosario shallow at third, and Anderson Rosario is the 4th Colonel retired by lefty Ryan Schreppel. We'll start an 8-game homestand Saturday, the 5th of August, against the Lansing Lugnuts. Brad Kuhn fakes a bunt and takes a strike from the lefty. And that Saturday, August 5th, is a red-letter date. We have fireworks for you. Breaking pitch, and it's dumped into left center. That's a base hit for Brad Kuhn. Over to get it, Justin Upton. And the Colonels have their first base runner against lefty Ryan Schreppel, as Brad Kuhn was off stride, but still was able to get the barrel of the bat on the ball, kind of hitting off his front foot. Brad loops a base hit into left center. 1 on, 1 out. Here in the top of the third, the batter Marco Albano. Marco ordinarily feasts on left-handed pitching. Marco hits very well against lefties. Albano popped to short against the starter, Matt Torra, who went just 1 inning for the Silverhawks. There goes Kuhn, a throw behind him. Now the throw to second, not in time. It rolls into left field, and Brad Kuhn holds as the ball nestles into shallow left. Greg Thompson retrieves it. Brad Kuhn took off for second. The lefty Ryan Schreppel threw to the first baseman Will Crouch. Crouch's throw to second, and it is a stolen base. It is a stolen base for Brad Kuhn. No throwing error on Will Crouch, as Kuhn would have beaten the throw. And Brad Kuhn's in scoring position, stealing his league-high 37th base of the year. Marco Albano now has a chance to add to the Colonel lead. First pitch to Marco is popped up to the left side. An easy play for the third baseman, who comes in between the mound and the shortstop position on the grass. Ricardo Sosa calls off Manny Ferreira, the shortstop, and the pitcher, and makes the catch. Marco Albano is popped to third. 2 gone here in the Colonel third inning, and Heinley Stacia the batter. Saturday, August 5th, is McDonald's Jersey Night at the ballpark. The first 1,000 girls and boys 12 and under will be presented with a free jersey thanks to McDonald's. And after the ball game, you can enjoy fireworks on McDonald's Jersey Night, Saturday, August 5th. The runner goes. A pitch, a strike. The throw to third. Not in time. Brad Kuhn, with daring base running, lit out for third and beat the throw by Frank Carreri. A head-first slide. Kuhn's at third with 2 out, as Heinley Stacia took strike 1 called from lefty Ryan Schreppel. Well, it's great to see Brad Kuhn back on the warpath, stealing bases. We told you earlier this summer that Eric Owens, the Colonel hitting coach, thinks Brad can steal 60 bases, and he helps Brad a lot with his running game. Ball 1 is high to Heinley Stacia. Stacia batting right-handed against lefty Ryan Schreppel. Runner at third, Brad Kuhn. 2 out. Top of the third, 1-0 Kernels. The southpaw for the Silverhawks comes set above the letters and has Heinley Stacia fooled with a slow breaking pitch on the outer half. Swing and a miss. 2-2 now to Heinley. Check that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brad Kuhn leading away at third. His Colonel Gray Road uniform is covered with dirt. He has stolen second and third here in the top of the third inning. Heinley. Ground ball knocked down by the pitcher. He'll run it to first and throw out Heinley Stacia. Heinley hit it sharply, but a good follow-through position by Ryan Schreppel prevented that ball from going up the middle and driving home Brad Kuhn. Heinley Stacia really hit it hard on the ground back to the hill where Ryan Schreppel followed through square to the plate, and that made the difference as he went down low to stab that hard-hit grounder by Stacia. No runs in the third for the Kernels. A hit by Kuhn. Brad steals 2 bases. He now leads the Midwest League with 38 steals. There were no Silverhawk errors. The Kernels leave 1 man aboard and a stranded 2. Moose Mosebach back to the hill, and after 2.5 at Kovaleski Stadium, the Kernels still lead the Silverhawks 1-0.
Don't you wonder sometimes how all those companies who claim to be the best can actually be the best? Doesn't just one of them have to be the best? When it comes to motor coach travel, Tri-State Travel is the best. We have the highest safety rating, the largest variety of coaches, a trained driving staff, and 66 years of experience. Don't you want to travel with the best? That would be Tri-State Travel, now at our new location on 7th Street Southwest.
Hi, this is John Rogers, the voice of the Kernels. I'd like to share a few words with you about Colonel team physician, orthopedic surgeon Dr. David Terse. My father was a surgeon, and like most sons, I looked up to him as the greatest dad and the best doctor on earth. When I was diagnosed with a torn meniscus in my right knee recently, I wondered if my doctor here in Cedar Rapids would measure up to my dad's standards. My doctor was Dr. David Terse. Dr. Terse's thorough and expert explanation of my x-ray, his calm and reassuring description of the procedure he would be performing, and his kind and confident bedside manner impressed me beyond my expectations. Dr. Terse has those exceptional qualities we all hope to find in our doctor: an established reputation of excellence, the ability to communicate with us so that we understand and trust his words, and that gut feeling that he truly cares about us. Dr. Terse is a world-class surgeon and a first-class person. I've experienced firsthand why the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, the Kernels' parent ball club, has entrusted Dr. Terse to care for our players.
South Bend bats in the bottom of the third against Colonel starter Moose Mosebach. Moose's record 7-5. His ERA 3.12. He's making his 21st start of the year. The 21-year-old right-hander misses low and outside to Manny Fair, Ferrer. Manny's the shortstop, a right-handed batter, and he has a homer and 22 RBIs. Strike 1 called on the outside corner of fastball to the Venezuelan, Fair, 5'11", 170. Manny is 21 years old. And he swings and tips the 1-1 pitch foul into the glove of catcher Brett Martinez, strike 2. Our upcoming 8-game homestand starts Saturday, August 5th. McDonald's Jersey Night and fireworks. A slow roller to shallow short. Charged by Stacia. Heinley throws in time. That was a worm burner that hugged the grass the whole way. Stacia had to come racing in from shortstop. Heinley picked it up and then transferred it into his throwing hand very quickly. And Moose Mosebach has retired the number 9 hitter Manny Fair on a slow roller to short. 1 gone here in the Silverhawk third. 1-0 the score in favor of the Kernels. Greg Thompson on an 0-1 pitch was hit in the first inning. Thompson, a .286 batter with 4 homers, 32 RBIs. Checks his swing on a pitch down and in, ball 1. The ball flicked off the mid of Brett Martinez. On Saturday, August 5th, it'll be the first 1,000 kids, girls and boys 12 and under, that receive a free jersey sponsored by McDonald's. And then after the game, a magnificent fireworks display. A fastball from Mosebach paints the outside corner for a strike. The 21-year-old right-hander's changeup is swung on and missed, strike 2. That pitch was down and in and fooled Greg Thompson. Sunday the 6th, a 2 o'clock start, and that's a family fun day at the ballpark, and those are a treat. The Kernels sign autographs between $1.20 and $1.40. Popcorn's only $1 all day long on Sunday the 6th. And thanks to Velocity Sports Performance, you can run the bases and play catch on the field after the game. The 2-2 is wrapped foul. Pass first by left-handed hitting Greg Thompson. The game on Sunday the 6th of August starts at 2 o'clock. And the gates open at 1. Mosebach's 2-2 is fisted foul up the first baseline. It's still 2-2. Moose, as is his custom, works quickly and has a half-length red shirt protruding from his gray road top. The red sleeves come just above Mosebach's elbows. Thompson dribbles a 2-2 pitch foul. Greg Thompson's having a good at-bat. With one out and the bases empty here in the bottom of the third inning, 1-0 Kernels. We do not have internet access here at Coveleski Stadium, and that will mean a couple of things to you this evening. Swinging a foul in the air over the concourse roof left side. Because Stanley Coveleski Stadium is not wired for the internet, we will not have a Bruce Moore Bonanza question for you in any of the 4 games in this series. Nor will we have frequent updates on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. A pop-up into shallow left. Heinley Stacia whirling his arms up in the air, indicating it's his ball, and it is Heinley's. Heinley backpedaled 12 feet into left center, and on the grass, Stacia caught the pop-up by Greg Thompson, leadoff batter. 2 gone now in the Silverhawk third inning, with the Kernels leading 1-0. Mike Lockhart, a great friend who is the voice of Notre Dame ice hockey here in South Bend. Mike Lockhart will provide us with scores on the State Farm Major League scoreboard a little bit later on this evening, and then Mike will have all the scores he'll give to us at the end of the ball game for the State Farm Major League scoreboard. A ground ball fair, pass first by Leyson Séptimo, and he may get 3. Jordan Renz is just now getting to it, and he holds Leyson Séptimo to a 2-out double. A pitch down and in, and Leyson Séptimo cracked it hard on the ground between Mark Trumbo and the bag. It wasn't fair by more than a foot, but it was fair. The 16th double of the season for Leyson Séptimo. Séptimo got a pitch down and in. That's where left-handers like them. And I mean, he jumped on it, hit it hard on the ground, past first. Jordan Renz had to really scamper quickly to his left to hold Séptimo to a 2-out double. And now Justin Upton has a 2-out RBI chance. The Silverhawks have had the tying run in scoring position in each of the first 3 innings tonight, but have not been able to get the tying run home. A pitch in the dirt. Brett Martinez will race to the backstop and retrieve it. It's a wild pitch on Mosebach. It's Moose's 8th wild pitch of the year. Brett Martinez had to come all the way back to the base of the backstop to the right of home plate. And Leyson Séptimo is now at third with 2 out. And it's 1-0 to Justin Upton. Justin struck out to end the Silverhawk, or for the second out of the Silverhawk first inning. Moose Mosebach's working from the stretch with the tying run at third, and a high pop fly down the line and left. Coming on, Anderson Rosario, and he makes the grab! Anderson Rosario had to come a long, long way to his right in foul ground, and he gave that strained hamstring a big test, and he passed the test with flying colors. Moose Mosebach gets Justin Upton to foul out down the line and left, where Anderson Rosario snagged it on a dead run to end the Silverhawk 2-out scoring threat. No runs for South Bend in the third. 1 hit, a 2-out double. A 2-out wild pitch sent the tying run Séptimo to third, but he was stranded there as Justin Upton fouls out down the left field line to Anderson Rosario, who made a terrific running catch in foul ground to end the inning. We go to the top of the 4th inning here at Coveleski Stadium. The Kernels still leading the Silverhawks 1-0.
Cedar Rapids' oldest wholesale greenhouse is also Cedar Rapids' full-service landscaping and lawn care center. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has been serving eastern Iowans for 50 years at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road behind Guppy's on the Go. And for a limited time, everything in stock has been reduced by 20%. That's right, 20% off all shrubs, plants, and trees like magnolias, maples, and lilacs. If you're searching for the right beautification project, let the trained landscape designers at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses help you create a unique plan for your home. From retaining walls to ponds, waterfalls, and fountains, they'll work within your budget and taste, and they do free estimates. Lawn care featuring mowing, fertilization, seeding, sodding, aeration, dethatching, maintenance, and cleanup are all done with care and precision. For the highest quality and for a limited time, 20% off all in-stock trees, shrubs, and plants. See the difference at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses, Eastern Iowa's full-service landscapers at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road.
Hi, I'm Phil Andrews, your local Pekin insurance agent at Andrews Insurance in Cedar Rapids. I'd like to introduce you to an easy-to-understand, affordable life insurance plan with great benefits. It's simplified issue whole life from Pekin Insurance. The plan requires no medical exam, has guaranteed rates for life, and a guaranteed cash value. Life insurance made simple and affordable from Pekin Insurance. To learn more, contact me, Phil Andrews, at Andrews Insurance.
Jordan Renz is 2-out double in the first, driving in the game's only run. He takes a strike and now a check swing and a roller foul behind the plate. Jordan's in the hole 0-2, facing lefty Ryan Schreppel for the first time tonight. Renz' 2-out double belted over the head of the left fielder Greg Thompson, drove in Heinley Stacia after Heinley doubled with 2 out in the top of the first inning against starter Matt Torra, who went 1 inning in a rehab assignment. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Jordan Renz is gone. 1 away here in the 4th inning. That's the second Kernel to strike out tonight. Brad Kuhn struck out in the first inning. And Jordan Renz is the first strikeout victim of Ryan Schreppel, the lefty. Again, we want to reiterate that without internet access here in South Bend, we will be unable to bring you the Bruce Moore Bonanza question, but we'll have 4 of them for you in Peoria. A high pop foul off to the right by Dallas Morris, strike 1. And we'll have 2 State Farm Major League scoreboard updates. One sometime in the middle of this ball game, and the second, as always, is part of our Colonel Curtin call. Ball 1 just outside from the lefty from Cal State Fullerton, Ryan Schreppel. The Kernels beat Schreppel. In fact, Moose Mosebach, tonight's Kernel starter, tangled with this lefty in our ballpark almost 3 months ago, May 1st. A change-up low and away, and Dallas Morris is ahead 2-1. On May 1st in our ballpark, Moose Mosebach and the Kernels shelled the Silverhawks 6-0. Ryan Schreppel went 5 innings, gave the Kernels 5 runs, only 3 earned in 5 innings, on 8 hits, struck out 2, walked 1. A bouncer to shallow short, and gloved by Manny Fair. He throws wide of the mark, but tagging Dallas Morris out is Will Krautz, the first baseman. Dallas Morris with a weak ground to the left side. Ricardo Sosa tried to get to it, could not. The shortstop, Manny Fair, came in and made a good play on the run to throw out Dallas Morris. His throw was to the home plate side at first, and Will Crouch came off the base to tag Dallas Morris. And there were 2 gone quickly here in the Kernel 4th inning, with the Kernels leading the Silverhawks 1-0. Mark Trumbo at the plate for the second time. He was the first batter against lefty Ryan Schreppel. When Schreppel came on as scheduled in the top of the second inning, Mark Trumbo lofted a pitch off the trademark of his bat to the second baseman. Mark, a right-handed batter, takes a change-up outside. Now a fastball upstairs to Mark Trumbo. Kernels are hitting .239 as a team. That's tied for 12th in the 14-team Midwest League. The 2-0 to Mark. Sliced foul off the end of the bat into the first base stands. Mark Trumbo 11 home runs, 47 runs driven in. Mark's at the plate with nobody on and 2 out in the top of the 4th inning, 1-0 Kernels. Strike 2 at the knees, a fastball. Above the 405 sign, the 12-foot green padded wall in center is a 25-foot high green vinyl siding wall that serves as the back of the groundskeeping area. It's quite a combination. It's a big garage is what it is, and the back of the garage, an aluminum-sided green wall, serves as the batter's eye. Trumbo fouls one off to the right to stay even on the count, 2-2. Lefty Ryan Schreppel rocks and delivers. Breaking pitch swung on and tipped foul. It was held by Frank Carreri, the catcher, to end the inning. Ryan Schreppel has pitched 3 shutout innings against the Kernels after taking over for the starter, Matt Torra. Down in order go the Kernels in the top of the 4th inning, and Moose Mosebach back to the mound. He'll try to protect a narrow Kernel lead after 3.5 here at Kovalevsky Stadium. Kernels 1, South Bend 0.
This summer, children of all ages will enhance their imaginations through reading thanks to the summer reading program. Toyota Financial Services, The Gazette, Culver's Frozen Custard and Butterburgers, and Bloomsbury Farm has teamed up with the Cedar Rapids Kernels, encouraging children to read during the summer. For every 250 minutes a child reads, they will receive a reward to be claimed at the Ben Ritter Diamond Shop at Veterans Memorial Stadium. For every child that reaches 1,000 minutes, they will be invited to the Kernels Reader Recognition Day, Sunday, August 27th. They will receive the autographs of Kernels players on the field. Encourage your child to start reading today, helping them reach their goals for the summer.
Next up, a musical taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a new spin on an old vibe. From me to you, a tasty sip of Dr. Pepper for your ears, and it starts like this.
I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper?
Now that's cool, but pepper is a little better. So let's slide in a taste of this.
I'm a pepper,
Right on. But there's still more to it. I mean, there's nothing like it, because every sip is a kick and mashup of 23 different flavors. So for the true taste of Dr. Pepper, we dial it up even more.
I'm a pepper.
You know it. With 23 flavors mixed into one bold taste, every sip is a cool mix of music to your mouth. Woo! Dr. Pepper, there's more to it.
Fast-moving game here at Kovalevsky Stadium. It's just past the top of the hour, just past 8 o'clock here in Michiana, South Bend, Indiana. And it's just past 7 in eastern Iowa, and you're enjoying tonight's ball game on 1450 KMRY, Cedar Rapids. Brian Byrne, the cleanup batter for South Bend, jackknifes out of the way of a pitch in tight from Moose Mosebach, ball 1. Brian Byrne struck out looking on a payoff pitch from Mosebach in the first inning. Brian now looks at a slider at the knees for a strike. 1-0 Kernels. Bottom of the 4th inning. A fastball skips in the dirt for ball 2 now to left-handed hitting Brian Byrne. South Bend's team batting average is 20 points higher than ours. They're batting .259. Slicing a drive foul into the third base stands. Hard is Brian Byrne, and the count even now to the Silverhawk left-handed hitting cleanup batter. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The flagpole here is in a very unusual place. Swing and a miss on a pitch down and in. Moose Mosebach records his second strikeout, and he has struck out his third strikeout. He has struck out Brian Byrne swinging, and that's the second time Mosebach has struck out the South Bend cleanup batter. The foul pole here is just to the right, the flagpole is just to the right of the left field foul pole. And it's dug into the grass slope seating berm just to the right of the 336 mark in left field. And it's perfectly motionless is the flag. Beyond the flag and beyond the left field grass slope seating berm and then the 8-foot high billboards is a church And it's a red brick church with gray shingles. Swing and a miss, strike one on Will Couch. So that's a landmark. There's also a big grove of trees beyond the left field foul pole. And behind those trees is the church I'm speaking of. Ground ball hit sharply to Morris at third. Dallas takes his time and zips his throw to Trumbo for the 5-3 putout of Will Couch. Will Couch is grounded to Morris for the second straight time. And there are two out here in the Silverhawk fourth inning, 1-0 Kernels. There's another church, and it's beyond, way beyond the right center field wall. It, too, is a red brick church. Well, it's a brown brick church with a steep sloped roof. Ball one in the dirt to Ricardo Sosa, who singled to right his first time up. Beyond the 12-foot high green padded wall in center and the 20-foot high vinyl wall, here's a ground ball hit sharply to Morris on one hop. Dallas across for the third out of the inning. Ricardo Sosa retired on a ground ball to third, and what an inning for Moose Mosebach. Moose sets the side down in order in the bottom of the fourth inning. We'll tell you what's beyond the hitter's eye in center field here at Kovalevsky Stadium when the Kernels bat in the top of the fifth inning. After four, it's still the Kernels leading South Bend 1-0.
Our members are owners who make a good team. Service second to none. South Slope Cooperative Communication.
Did you know that Honda has the highest fuel economy average of any automobile company in America? Randy Kill Honda in Cedar Rapids is proud of their Honda dealership, and for good reason. Just listen to this list of remarkable awards for Honda vehicles. The Ridgeline, voted the 2006 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. The Honda Civic, voted 2006 Motor Trend Car of the Year. 2006 Car Driver voted the Honda Pilot as the best large SUV and best overall value of the year. Add it to the Honda Odyssey, Car Driver's best van for 2006. It's easy to see why Randy Kill Honda is the home of confidence and continues to offer the best value and lowest prices on your next new Honda. Check out the large selection of fuel-efficient pre-owned vehicles, too, online at randykill.com. Randy Kill Honda, where they treat you right.
This game quickly moves to the fifth inning. The Kernels own the only run of the contest. Back-to-back doubles by Heinley Station Jordan Renz back in the first inning off Silverhawk starter Matt Torra, who was pitching just one inning on a rehab go-around. Ryan Schreppel, the scheduled starter, has shackled the Kernels. No runs on only one hit in his 3 innings of work. Leading off for the Kernels in the fifth is Flint Whipke, lower third of the Kernel order. Flint waits on a changeup and hoists it foul off to the right onto the green concourse roof. Flint Whipke fouled out to the right fielder Leyson Séptimo, his first time up. The 0-1 juts down and into the Kernel right-handed hitting DH, ball one. We were describing the setting here. This is a beautiful ballpark that set the model, or was the blueprint for many stadiums. Here's a high fly ball way back in left. Greg Thompson looking up. It's a home run for Flint Whipke, his third of the year. Flint Whipke belts one onto the grass slope seating berm in left. Flint is glad-handed by Bobby Magianis, the Kernel manager, as he rounds third. Flint touches home plate. Brett Martinez congratulates the Kernel DH. Flint Whipke has added the Kernel 1-0 lead. Flint makes it 2-0 with a home run, leading off the Kernel fifth inning. It's Flint's third home run of the year. And Flint Whipke has given the Kernels a 2-0 advantage here in the top of the fifth inning. Wow, Flint Whipke belts his third of the year. He sent it soaring over the head of the left fielder, Greg Thompson, and over the 12-foot high green padded wall in left. Between the 360 mark in left center and the left field line, 336 feet. Flint Whipke, a leadoff dinger here in the top of the fifth, and Flint has helped the Haycap Food Reservoir through PRC's Community Care Home Runs for the Hungry campaign. Brett Martinez on a 1-1 pitch takes a strike, a fastball. PRC's Community Care is proud to donate $25 to the Haycap Food Reservoir for every Kernel home run hit this season. Flint Whipke has belted the 57th home run by a Kernel. Ground ball up the middle. It's a base hit into center for Brett Martinez. Barehanding it in shallow center is Justin Upton. Brett Martinez follows the Flint Whipke home run with a 1-2 pitch ground ball base hit up the middle. And the Kernels have Martinez at first with nobody out here in the top of the fifth inning on top of the Silverhawks 2-0. Flint Whipke's home run is third of the year, the 57th hit by a Kernel this year. And that means that PRC's Community Care has now contributed $1,425 to the Haycap Food Reservoir in PRC's Home Runs for the Hungry campaign. $1,425, the total contributed by PRC's Community Care to the Haycap Food Reservoir. The runner goes, the pitch high, the throw to second is, in time. A one-hop peg, and Brett Martinez, I thought, got under the tag of the second baseman, Steve Mena, but he was tagged out for the first out of the inning. Boy, that was a close play, and it took the base umpire, John Byrne, quite a long time to call Brett out. I think Anderson Rosario missed a hit-and-run sign by the body language of Bobby Magallanes. Bobby standing with his hands on his hips. Now a high drive down the line and left, way back at the wall, off the wall for extra bases. Anderson Rosario will speed into second with a stand-up double. Anderson Rosario belts one high off the green padded wall down the line and left, and it went about 2/3 of the way up the wall. Anderson Rosario with the third straight Kernel hit in this inning. And just think if Brett Martinez had not been thrown out at second, he would have scored. Or just think if he hadn't have been running, he'd have been on third. But I still think Anderson Rosario missed a hit-and-run sign and kind of left Brett Martinez out to dry, left him hung out to dry. But Anderson Rosario put that out of his mind if he did miss a hit-and-run sign. And he hits a ringing double off the wall and left. And now Brad Kuhn is at the plate. Brad takes a big sweeping curveball from the lefty Ryan Schruppel for a strike called. Beyond the hitter's eye in center field is a tall, creamy white-colored building that houses a downtown automobile dealership. Gates Chevy World is the name of the building. Line shot to short for a double play. Brad Kuhn hit it right on the nose, right at Manny Fair, and Anderson Rosario could not get back to second. That ball was hit to Anderson's left behind him, and Brad Kuhn, hitting in tough luck, lines out to the shortstop, and it was an easy unassisted double play for Manny Fair, who stepped on second to double off Anderson Rosario. Boy, the Kernels hit the ball hard in the fifth inning. A leadoff homer by Flint Whipke is third of the year. 1 run on 3 hits. A man caught trying to steal second. There were no South Bend errors. The Kernels leave 1 man aboard, our third stranded. After 4.5 now here at Kovalevsky Stadium, the Kernels ahead of the Silverhawks 2-0.
Whether you're a serious athlete or a weekend warrior, injuries can take you out of your game. Smart athletes know that Physiotherapy Associates in Cedar Rapids are the experts in the treatment and prevention of sport-related injuries. Our expert staff serves the metro and surrounding area high school athletes. Physiotherapy Associates in Cedar Rapids, the smart choice in sports medicine. Call us at 398-1569. That's 398-1569. We'll get you back in your game today.
Training and the highest quality craftsmanship in the world are 2 hallmarks of union workers. Prospective construction clients can depend on workers who have learned their craft and mastered their skills through the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City Building Trades and Construction Council World-Class Apprenticeship Program. These experienced tradesmen will work with sign contractors to bring flexibility, efficiency, safety, and the highest skill and quality in the world to all building and construction projects. Eastern Iowa works best when we say union, yes.
Technology pervades every aspect of our daily lives. This remarkable age we live in has a machine or a computer to meet almost all of our needs. But you won't find a technological device that can provide you with the personal attention for something as important as insurance. Neighbor Insurance Services, your professional Pekin insurance agency in Hiawatha, is trained on all insurance matters, including how much coverage is enough coverage. For personal attention to all of your insurance needs, see the insurance professionals at Neighbor Insurance Services in Hiawatha.
The Silverhawks send the lower third of their order up to face Colonel right-hander Moose Mosebach, who set the South Bend club down in order for the first time in the bottom of the fourth inning. 2-0 Kernels. Pair of doubles with 2 outs by Stacia and Renz in the first, and then a leadoff home run by Flint Whipke in the top of this fifth inning. Frank Carreri, who drilled a single into center his first time up, fouls the first pitch to the bottom of the fifth off his front foot. Carreri wears his white home black pinstripe trousers down all the way to his shoe tops. Frank's a left-handed hitting catcher with a .287 batting average. And he loops the 0-1 pitch foul into the third base seat, strike 2. Halo happenings, results from around the Angel organization from last night. The Angels did not play, but all of their affiliates did. And Salt Lake lost to Memphis 9-4. Ball 1 just missed low and away to Carreri. Former Colonel All-Star shortstop Eric Ibar was 2 for 4 in the Salt Lake loss. Boy, Moose Mosebach was into his windup, and the plate umpire granted the batter Frank Carreri time. Former Colonel third baseman shortstop Adam Pavkovich had a 4 for 4 night with an RBI. But Salt Lake lost to Memphis 9-4. Frank Carreri rips a pitch foul, just foul, down the left field line, and remains in the hole 1-2. Double-A Arkansas's record in the second half is 16-18. The Travelers lost to Springfield 7-2. Former Colonel right-hander Chris Hunter suffered the loss. Carreri takes just inside for ball 2. Former Colonel catcher Brent Del Chiara was 2 for 3 in the Springfield 7-2 win over Arkansas. Carreri on a 2-2 delivery. Swings and tips it foul. Brett Martinez hangs on, and there's one away here in the Silverhawk fifth inning. Strikeout number 4 for 21-year-old Colonel right-hander Moose Mosebach. Moose was a 9th-round pick of the Angels last year out of Hillsborough Community College in Tampa. Mosebach, coming off a well-pitched 2-1 loss in Game 1 of a doubleheader Sunday in Davenport. His first pitch to Steve Mena is chopped foul hard between Silverhawks skipper Mark Haley in the bag. Steve Mena bounced into an inning-ending double play in the second inning. 2-0 Kernels, 1 out for the Silverhawks. Bases empty in the bottom of the fifth. Strike 2 called on the outside corner from Mosebach to Mena. Steve's last name is spelled M-E-N-A. A .246 batter, a right-handed hitter. And the next delivery is a changeup, swung on and missed. Strike 3. A 3-pitch strikeout for Moose Mosebach of Steve Mena, and that is now 5 strikeouts. Check that. That is, 5 strikeouts for Moose Mosebach. Manny Ferrer, F-E-R-R-E-R, now bats. Mosebach has retired 6 straight Silverhawks. Rancho Cucamonga, here's a tap to third, down at his shoe tops on the grass. Dallas Morris gloves it and throws out Manny Fair. Dallas Morris has been a busy man at the hot corner. He now has 4 assists tonight. And it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Colonel starter, Moose Mosebach. After 5, in South Bend, it's the Colonels 2 and the Silverhawks nothing.
In today's work world, knowledge is power. Training for modern job skills is opportunity and security. And you have one of the best choices for your future right here in Eastern Iowa. It's Kirkwood. Kirkwood Community College offers over 100 degree programs to give you new job opportunities or a smart start on your college path. Find out more today. Call Kirkwood Admissions, 398-5517. Kirkwood. Start here. Go anywhere.
Hi, I'm Papa John, and when I say better ingredients, better pizza, I'm not talking about a little better. I'm talking about a lot better. Let's talk about our pizza sauce. It's made from fresh, fine-ripened tomatoes, not from concentrate. And when it comes to ingredients, we select from the world's best. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. A lot better.
Call your neighborhood Papa John's today and ask for the Home Run Special, a large, thin, or original crust pizza with up to 3 toppings for $10.99. Just $10.99.
Great teams consist of diverse talent. Rockwell Collins understands this and is committed to developing diversity in our community. We recognize that our leadership in the aviation and communications electronics industry hinges on attracting and retaining a diverse workforce. And we're working with other Iowa companies to create an environment that nurtures diversity. Rockwell Collins. Different thinking makes us great. Great thinking makes us different.
The Kernels bat in the top of the 6th inning here at Kovalevsky Stadium with a 2-0 lead over South Bend. It'll be the numbers 2, 3, and 4 men in the Allen Motor Company Kernels starting lineup, starting with right-handed hitting Marco Albano. Marco, a .217 average, no homers, 21 RBIs. Marco pushes a bunt foul up the first baseline, strike one. Kernels have out hit the Silverhawks 6-3. And lead it 2-0 here in the top of the 6th inning. Getting back to our look at Halo happenings, results from around the Angel organization last night. Rancho Cucamonga slipped to 4 games under 500 in the Cal League at 15-19 in the second half. The Quakes lost to Lake Elsinore. Lake Elsinore drubbed the Quakes 13-4 last night. Nate Sutton, our second baseman from a year ago, was 2 for 5. Ryan Leahy, 2 for 4 with an RBI. Leahy also pitched an inning. Ryan won't forget that. Fernando Rodriguez Jr. was the loser. He gave up 9 runs on 9 hits in 3 1/3 innings. 8 of the 9 runs were earned by Lake Elsinore. Ball one upstairs to Marco. Now a changeup outside. Marco Albano is popped to short and popped to third tonight. Facing lefty Ryan Schreppel for the second time. Schreppel from Cal State Fullerton delivers upstairs. Ball 3 to Albano. Ryan Schreppel does not have a full windup. He starts with his hands, or his glove, in front of his chin and then leaves it there for the entire motion. And he walks Marco Albano. A leadoff walk drawn by the Colonel number 2 hitter starts this Colonel 6th inning. Wow. Marco Albano with a terrific at-bat. Let's give you a look at the records of the teams that feed the Kernels. That is the 3 rookie teams. The Orem Owls are 22-15. So they're 7 games above 500 in the Pioneer League. The Arizona Mesa Angels are 15-14. They're a game above 500. And the Dominican Summer Angels are 15-10. A throw to first, and Albano just got back. I mean Marco just got back. Perhaps a hit and run is on. Heinle Stacia doubled with 2 out and scored in the first inning on a Jordan Renz double. Heinle then wrapped out hard to the pitcher, Ryan Schreppel, who took a hit and a run away from the Kernels in the third inning. Heinle Stacia, a switch hitter, batting right. Albano leads away at first. Marco gets under the skin of the lefty and causes Ryan Schreppel to step off the rubber. Ryan was an 8th-round pick of the Diamondbacks last year. There goes Albano, a pitch, a strike, the throw to second. Marco is safe on a head-first slide. Marco Albano. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Bobby Magallanes is arguing something with the plate umpire. No argument. It was an off-speed pitch that was a strike call to Hindley Stacia. Marco Albano with his 8th stolen base of the year, 8 of 11. The Kernels lead the Midwest League in steals. And Marco Albano is at second. And it's 0-1 to Hindley Stacia. Hindley will now try to hit the ball to the right side of the South Bend infield. No, instead he squares the bunt and takes high for a ball. Bob Brooks will be with us from South Bend tomorrow. Brooks at bat. 5:40, the South Slope Communications Triple Play Showtime with Bob Brooks. Bob will be talking about Notre Dame and their history with the Hawkeyes in football, and also about the College Football Hall of Fame. Bob Brooks is a member of the College Football Hall of Fame, which is right here within a stone's throw of Coveleski. Well, not quite a stone's throw, but it's only a half-mile away. The College Football Hall of Fame is right here in South Bend, Indiana, and Bob Brooks is a member of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Stacia. Hindley is so well schooled on the fundamentals, I think he'll get a ground ball to the right side to get Albano over to third. Time is called as the lefty Schreppel broke into his throwing motion. There are suites here at Coveleski Stadium, and another revolutionary breakthrough back in 1987 for a minor league baseball stadium to build suites and a restaurant. Change up, a broken bat looper into shallow left, base hit. Albano will go to third. Marco could not take the chance that the shortstop, Manny Fair, would catch it. It just was beyond the reach of the shortstop, and good base running by Marco Albano. He waited, he anchored himself near second to make sure that Hindley Stacia's broken bat looper would fall over the head of the shortstop. It did, into left center, and Albano dashed to third on a broken bat single into left by Hindley Stacia. And that's the 7th Kernel hit of the night. The Kernels now have runners at the corners with nobody out. Here in the top of the 6th inning, Jordan Renz, the batter, with a great chance to try to help the Kernels add to a 2-0 advantage. Jordan drove in one of the 2 Kernel runs, our first run, with a ringing double. He socked it over the head of Greg Thompson in left in the first inning with 2 out. He chased home Stacia, who had doubled with 2 out in the first. A throw to first, and Hindley dives back in hand first. Jordan Renz has been working tirelessly with Eric Owens, the Kernel hitting coach, on not only his mechanics, but his mental approach at the plate. And they're equally as important. The lefty throws to first, and Stacia is back standing up. A right-hander is now starting to twirl in the Silverhawk right field bullpen. Jordan Renz is yet to see a pitch from the South Bend southpaw. Now he will. A high, deep drive into left center. Way back at the wall. 3-run blast by Jordan Renz. Jordan Renz with a 3-run homer. And he makes it 5-0 Kernels here in the top of the 6th inning. Wow, Jordan Renz greeted at home plate by Stacia and Albano. Renz hit a high fly ball into deep left center and over the 12-foot high wall. It went onto the grass slope seating berm. Jordan Renz has given the Kernels a 5-0 lead here in the 6th inning with a 3-run homer. A 3-run homer for Jordan Renz, his 18th of the year. His 18th of the year. Jordan now has 59 RBIs, a changeup and a swing and a miss by Dallas Morris. Strike 1. Jordan Renz with 2 on and nobody out belts a 3-run homer over the left center field wall to make it 5-0 Kernels. A bouncer over the hill. The shortstop gliding to his left has it, and fair throws out. Dallas Morris on a chopper past the mound. Jordan Renz with his 18th of the year. Albano was at third, Stacia at first, and Jordan Renz drove them both home with his 3-run home run. And that's another $25 donated by PRC's Community Care to the Haycap Food Reservoir in PRC's Community Care Home Run for the Hungry campaign. Jordan Renz with his 18th, the second Kernel home run in the last 2 innings. And the Kernels now have 58 home runs. And PRC's Community Care in their Home Runs for the Hungry campaign has now contributed $1,450 to the Haycap Food Reservoir. 5-0 Kernels here in the top of the 6th inning. The 1-1 is just low, and it's 2-1 to Mark Trumbo. Mark has popped to second and struck out. We were just saying how hard Jordan Renz had been working with Eric Owens. A squibber up the first baseline. Mark Trumbo may beat it out. No, the pitcher picks it up on the grass and just runs right towards Mark and tags him out. Mark Trumbo knuckled one on the ground weakly up the first to the right of home plate, and the pitcher, Schreppel, popped off the hill, picked it up, and tagged Mark out, an unassisted putout for the pitcher, Ryan Schreppel. How did this Kernel 6th inning start? It started with a leadoff walk drawn by Marco Albano. Marco stole second, went to third on a broken bat single punched over the shortstop's head by Stacia, and Jordan Renz drove in 3 with a prodigious clout over the 12-foot high green padded wall in left center onto the grass slope seating berm. The lights have been turned on here now at Kovalevsky Stadium. Flint Whipke, who homered leading off the 5th inning, takes low in the dirt, and now ball 2 skips in front of home plate. 2-0 to Flint Whipke. The Kernel record on the road this season, 20 wins, 28 losses. In the second half, 5-9. Ball 3 is high to the Kernel DH, Flint Whipke. And Flint walks. Ball 4 was downstairs from Ryan Schreppel, the lefty. Let's see if the Silverhawks go to their bullpen now here in the 6th inning. South Bend has a right-hander warming up. And here comes the Silverhawk pitching coach, Wellington Cepeda. Wellington played in this league. In fact, I think he led the Midwest League in hits back in 96 or 97 as a member of the Lansing Lugnuts when they were a Kansas City Royal affiliate. The right-hander warming up for South Bend, I believe, is Jake Baxter. Baxter used to be with the Padre organization, and the summit on the hill is broken up by the plate umpire, Robert Boyle. We're in the top of the 6th inning here at Kovalevsky Stadium. The Kernels with a single run in the first, a home run by Flint Whipke leading off the 5th to make it 2-0, and have scored 3 on a 3-run homer by Jordan Renz, his 18th of the year, here in the top of the 6th inning. Brett Martinez cracks one hard to third. Diving stab by Sosa. Ricardo recovers and throws out Brett Martinez. That's the defensive play of the night for the Silverhawks. Brett Martinez robbed of a base hit as he cranked a hard shot down the third base side on one hop. Ricardo Sosa, the Cuban refugee, dove to his left and on one hop stabbed it, threw Brett out to end the inning. 3 runs in the 6th for the Kernels on 2 hits, 2 walks. There were no Silverhawk errors. The Kernels leave a runner aboard and have stranded 4. We go to the home half of the 6th inning at Kovalevsky Stadium. Kernels on top of the Silverhawks, 5-0.
Hi, I'm Phil Andrews, your local Pekin Insurance agent at Andrews Insurance here in Cedar Rapids. Even though we all do our best to stay healthy, we can never anticipate when an illness or accident might strike. Couple that reality with rising medical costs, and the importance of a top-notch medical plan becomes clear. Pekin Insurance offers a wide choice of deductibles and a non-tobacco user discount. To explore the major medical insurance plan that best fits you, visit me, Phil Andrews, at Andrews Insurance.
Hi, this is Dave Town with Five Seasons Transportation and Parking. Do you ever wonder if it's safe to send your child on the bus? It is, and here's a few reasons why. All the buses in Cedar Rapids are equipped with security cameras, so the drivers always know what's happening behind them. The buses also have global positioning systems, or GPS, which means they can be tracked at any time by satellite. Does that surprise you? It shouldn't. Five Seasons Transportation takes safety very seriously, and we've taken many steps to make sure your child will have a safe, easy ride every time they take the bus. Even when your child isn't on the bus, Five Seasons Transportation is helping keep them safe by using pollution-free biodiesel and alcohol fuels, Iowa products that help keep the air clean. And if your child is ever in trouble, they can always flag down a bus for help. I'm Dave Town, and I like to think of the bus as a traveling safety cocoon, motoring along Cedar Rapids streets. And keep in mind, if the bus is that safe and easy for your child, maybe you should think about riding the bus to work. Affordable, convenient, and safe. That's the bus. Ride it.
Moose Mosebach back to the hill. He's been sensational tonight. We dubbed Moose Mosebach Mr. Consistency. He's making his 21st start of the year, a 7-5 record. And that 7-5 record not at all indicating the excellence with which he has pitched this season. 132 2/3 innings pitched, second only to teammate 18-year-old Colonel right-hander Tommy Mendoza. Moose's first pitch is corked foul off the thumbs of the leadoff batter, Greg Thompson, down the right field line, strike 1. In 132 2/3, Mosebach has surrendered 131 hits, struck out 76, walked only 28. I think that's the statistic that impresses me the most about this Colonel pitching staff. A high fly ball down the line and left. Anderson Rosario sprinting hard to his right, and Anderson makes the grab, and that is now 8 straight set down by the Colonel right-hander, Moose Mosebach. The last man to reach against Mosebach is now batting Leyson Séptimo. Séptimo cracked a 2-out double past first back in the 3rd inning. Since then, Mosebach has set down 8 in a row. I was about to say the thing that impresses me most about the Colonel pitching staff this season is the low number of walks. You give yourself a chance to win when you throw strikes. When you walk people, you're really asking for trouble. Case in point, Marco Albano drew a leadoff walk in the top of this 6th inning, and the Colonels took advantage with a 3-run blast off the bat of Jordan Renge to make it 5-0 Colonels. Séptimo taps a pitch foul behind the plate. He's even on the count, 1-1. Leyson, a left-handed batter, and a changeup from Mosebach in the dirt for ball 2. South Bend has a right-hander up in their bullpen. Swing and a miss on a slider down and in. Strike 2. The Silverhawk right-hander is Emmanuel Duran. Emmanuel Duran is warming up for South Bend in the right field corner. The 2-2. Cracked hard past first, foul. Count remains 2-2. Jack Rader, our general manager, I'll never forget the look on Jack's face when he opened up a box sent by our parent club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, full of, here's a ground ball, base hit past the diving Colonel first baseman Mark Trumbo. That ball was hit hard by Leyson Séptimo. Séptimo has his 2nd straight hit, and he snaps the string of 8 in a row retired by Colonel right-hander Moose Mosebach. That hit is just the fourth so far tonight for South Bend. The Kernels lead the game 5-0 here at the bottom of the sixth inning. When Jack opened the box from the Angels, it contained and still does contain lunch bags. A throw to first, and Séptimo darts back in ahead of the tag of Mark Trumbo. And those Angel lunch bags will be given out to the first 500 girls and boys 12 and under. A back-to-school lunch bag from the Angels on Monday, August 7th. And they are really keen. Change up, and it's a swing and a miss by Justin Upton, the number 3 hitter in the South Bend lineup. Justin struck out in the first and fouled out on a dazzling running catch in foul ground to end the Silverhawk third by left fielder Anderson Rosario. Another throw to first, and Séptimo is back standing up. Angels lunch bags. They'll be given away Monday, August 7th. The gates open at 6, and they'll be given to the first 500 boys and girls 12 and under. And I've seen the Angel lunch bags. They are really, really nifty. And Jack timed the giveaway perfectly with a couple of weeks to spare before school starts. The 1-1 to Justin Upton. Fastball, and it's popped up into left center. And Brad Kuhn is gliding over to his right. In left center field, Brad lassos it in for the second out here in the South Bend sixth inning. Back to first goes Leyson Séptimo. 5-0 Kernels. The Silverhawks have a runner at first with 2 away for Brian Byrne, Byrne. That Angel lunch bag giveaway night is Monday, August 7th. You can call our ticket office to order tickets to any of the upcoming 8 games on the homestand starting Saturday, August 5th. 896-7560, 896-7560, or log on to our website, www.kernels.com. A 1-0 pitch is swatted foul over the Kernel third base dugout by the left-handed hitting cleanup batter. Brian Byrne has struck out twice. We came from the city of 5 seasons to South Bend. We loaded up at 5:30 this morning, pulled out at 5:45, and got here at 12:15 local time. The Silverhawks came from Appleton, Wisconsin, and I would say our journeys were roughly equal. Ball 2 is high and tight to the left-handed batter, Byrne. Brian stands straight away from the left side, has very little movement in his approach, and takes a change-up of beauty for strike 2 from Moose Mosebach. Moose beat this Silverhawk team 6-0 back to our ballpark on May 1st. He went 8 innings, gave South Bend no runs on 7 hits, struck out 6 in 8 innings, walked only 1. Strike 3 called! Brian Byrne is called out on strikes looking 3 times. Moose Mosebach is now struck out the Silverhawk cleanup batter. Moose got him with an off-speed breaking pitch. No runs, 1 hit for the Silverhawks in the 6th inning. There were no Kernel errors, and South Bend leaves a runner aboard. They've stranded 4. The Kernels look in great shape in the first game of an 8-game road trip, heading to the top of the 7th inning. It's the Kernels 5 and the Silverhawks 0.
When you're in the market to buy or sell a home, how can you differentiate one realtor from another? The distinction is clear when you consider the remarkable offer that Dick Ramsey of Skogman Realty makes. Dick Ramsey's offer is unprecedented. Buy one of Dick Ramsey's homes, and Dick Ramsey will buy yours. That extraordinary pledge bears instant replay. Buy one of Dick Ramsey's homes, and Dick Ramsey will buy yours. For the best home buying or home selling experience in Cedar Rapids, turn to the home team. Skogman Realty's Dick Ramsey.
Did you know that Honda has the highest fuel economy average of any automobile company in America? Randy Kill Honda in Cedar Rapids is proud of their Honda dealership, and for good reason. Just listen to this list of remarkable awards for Honda vehicles. The Ridgeline, voted the 2006 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. The Honda Civic, voted 2006 Motor Trend Car of the Year. 2006 Car Driver voted the Honda Pilot as the best large SUV and best overall value of the year. Add it to the Honda Odyssey, Car Driver's best van for 2006. It's easy to see why Randy Kill Honda is the home of confidence and continues to offer the best value and lowest prices on your next new Honda. Check out the large selection of fuel-efficient pre-owned vehicles, too, online at randykill.com. Randy Kill Honda, where they treat you right.
A new pitcher for the Silverhawks to face the Kernels in the top of the 7th. The Kernels have out-hit South Bend 8-4 and lead the game 5-0. Emmanuel Duran from the Dominican Republic. Emmanuel is a 21-year-old right-hander, and his record is 0-3 this season. Duran is pitching out of the Silverhawk bullpen for the 26th time. His ERA is high, 7.15. In 34 innings, Duran has yielded 43 hits, struck out 31 in 34 innings, walked 16, the league hitting .309 against Emmanuel Duran, and his first pitch is fouled away to the right by Anderson Rosario, who doubled his last time up. We'll give you the final line on the starter. Well, not the starter, but the man who took over for the starter, Matt Torra, in the second inning, Ryan Schreppel, in just a moment. Duran pumps in a strike to Anderson Rosario. We'll give you our baseball fun fact here in the top of the 7th inning. Ball 1 just missed low and away, according to the plate umpire, Robert Boyle. We'll have our baseball fun fact here in the 7th inning. Ryan Schreppel pitched 5 innings after taking over for the starter, Torra. A change-up and a swing and a miss by Rosario, one away here in the Kernels' 7th inning. Ryan Schreppel went 5 innings and gave the Kernels 4 runs on 6 hits. The lefty Schreppel struck out 2 and walked 2. Brad Kuhn is at the plate, and he fakes a bunt and takes a fastball low for ball 1. That final line again on Ryan Schreppel, the lefty, who took over in the second inning for the starter, Matt Torra. Schreppel goes 5 innings, allowed 4 runs on 6 hits, struck out 2 and walked 2. 1-0 to Brad Kuhn. Fastball is a strike called to Brad. Still plenty of light here. It's approaching the top of the hour. 10 of 9 here in South Bend. And it's 5-0 Kernels. Strike 2 called at the knees to Kuhn. Brad 1 for 3 so far with 2 stolen bases, lined into an inning-ending double play in the 5th inning. Now a fastball from Emmanuel Duran is high, and it's ball 2 to Brad Kuhn. Duran, a 21-year-old, pitched 2 1/3 innings against us in our ballpark April 30th, allowed a run on 2 hits, struck out 2, walked none. Emmanuel Duran spent the majority of his time with Yakima last year. There's a shot foul into the Colonel left field bullpen off the bat of Brad Kuhn. With Yakima last season in 24 relief appearances, Emmanuel was 0-1, a 2.72 ERA, 2 saves. He started 4 games with the Silverhawks last year on their Midwest League Championship team. Relieved in 6 others, was 0-3 with an 8.06 earned average. Brad Kuhn fouls another 2-2 pitch off to the left. Well, a long-time familiar voice at Veterans Memorial Stadium is Dale Brote, our public address announcer. And this baseball fun fact will have Dale Brote salivating. Dale is a long-time Cleveland Indian fan. Dale became an Indian fan because of Bob Feller. That's the same reason Tony Pantini, who mans our guest services booth along with his wife Shirley, that's why Tony's a Indian fan, because of Bob Feller. Ball 3 high to Kuhn, and now Brad walks. The 3-2 offering was low and in. Brad Kuhn draws a one-out walk here in the top of the 7th inning. So perhaps this baseball fun fact can also get the thought processes going with Tony Pantini. It's an incredible fun fact. Last season, all 9 batters in the everyday lineup of the Cleveland Indians hit 15 or more home runs. I don't think that's ever been done. All 9 batters in the everyday lineup, including the designated hitter, hit 15 or more home runs for the Indians last year. Some of these are household names, some are not. Let's start with a fella that is no longer with Cleveland, the left fielder, Coco Crisp. He hit 16 home runs. Former Clinton Lumber King, Grady Sizemore, who was a Montreal Expo farmhand with Clinton, hit 22 home runs. The runner goes, a throw to second. Brad Kuhn dives in safely with his 3rd stolen base of the night. Kuhn now has 39 stolen bases. A pitch was low, ball 2 to Marco Albano. Grady Sizemore hit 22 home runs for the Tribe last year. Right fielder Casey Blake connected for 23 home runs. So the outfield for Cleveland last year, Crispin left, 16 home runs. Sizemore in center, 22. Casey Blake in right, 23. Third baseman Aaron Boone belted 16 home runs. Ball 3, low and outside to Marco Albano. Aaron Boone at third hit 16 home runs. Johnny Peralta hit 24 home runs for Cleveland. Their second baseman, Ronnie Belliard, blasted 17. And Ben Broussard socked 19 home runs. The 3-0 to Albano is a strike called. 5-0 Kernels here in South Bend. Top of the 7th inning. Kuhn at second with 1 out. The catcher, Victor Martinez, he had 20 home runs, and the designated hitter, Travis Hafner, had 33. The 3-1 to Marco is grounded to third. Looking the runner back to second is Sosa, but as Sosa throws out Albano, good base running by Brad Kuhn. He was looking right at Sosa as well, and Brad, as soon as Ricardo let loose with the throw to retire Albano 5-3, Brad Kuhn dashed over to third. Runner at third, 2 away for Heinle Stacia. I don't think Ben Broussard is with the Indians anymore. I know Coco Crisp is not. It's been a rather disappointing season for the Tribe. Perhaps they overachieved last year. But I think I would bet that Cleveland had the first lineup in baseball history where all 9 everyday players and the designated hitter, all 10, hit more than 15 home runs. I'm going to check with Mike Lockhart on that. Mike is a good friend of mine and a great baseball resource. Mike Lockhart, my baseball fun fact tonight, highlighting that all 10 everyday players in Cleveland's lineup last year had 15 or more home runs, including D.H. Travis Hafner with 33. Mike Lockhart, I said to our listeners, I think Coco Crisp and Ben Broussard, part of that Tribe home run thumping team last year, I don't think they're Indians anymore. Are they, Mike? Yes, Mike agrees Coco Crisp is with the Red Sox. That's what I thought, Mike. Ben Broussard was just traded to Seattle. But Mike Lockhart, I think it's the only lineup in the history of baseball that had all 10 everyday players hit 15 or more home runs. Isn't that amazing? 2-1 pitch to Stacia. It's a strike called. Mike Lockhart, the media relations director and the voice of Fighting Irish Ice Hockey, confirming our baseball fun fact. Kuhn at third, and the 2-1 to Heinle is a fastball high and away, ball 3 from Emmanuel Duran. Well, I hope Dale Broad, our public address announcer, is tuned in tonight, and I also hope Andy Pantini's father, Tony, heard our baseball fun fact, because they're both Indians fans. The 3-1 to Stacia. Strike 2 called on the inside corner at the knees. Heinle, batting left-handed, has scored 2 of the Colonel 5 runs. Doubled with 2 outs in the first and was driven home by a Jordan Wren's double. Heinle then singled and was aboard on a Jordan Wren's 3-run blast in the 6th inning. Brad Kuhn leading away at third. Here's the payoff pitch to Heinle. High, ball 4. 2 walks in the inning by Emmanuel Duran, and the Colonels have runners at the corners for Jordan Wren's, who has driven in 4 of the Colonel 5 runs in this game. I mistakenly said Jordan's 3-run homer in the 6th inning upped his RBI total to 59. His RBI double in the first inning was his 57th. His 3-run homer onto the grass slope seating berm in deep left center in the 6th inning, his last time up, upped his RBI total on the year to 60. Some people forget that the Indians almost staged one of the most dramatic come-from-behind overtakes, if you will, in baseball history. They came within a whisker of overtaking the White Sox. Jordan Wren's tomahawks the first pitch from Duran foul onto the grass slope seating berm down the left field line. Remember that big lead the White Sox had and almost let slip away? In fact, the Indians were kind of in the driver's seat the last week of the season. They had a pitch up and in to Jordan, ball 1 rather. The Indians had some lowly opponents that they played at home, but could not beat down the stretch. Otherwise, they may have won that AL Central. They just didn't have quite enough left at the end to do it. And a lot of baseball people have said the Indians have been a major disappointment. A chopper foul to Dallas Morris, the on-deck hitter. The on-deck hitter for the Kernels. Ron Pline, the Colonel equipment manager, has tossed that ball up into the stands. Jordan takes high, a fastball. Now the deuces are wild in the top of the 7th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, 2 on. Five nothing Kernels here in the top of the 7th. The 2-2 to Wren is upstairs. Ball 3. Jordan has had a great at bat, and he's now run the count full. Outfield plays Wren's deep and slightly to pull. The center fielder, Justin Upton, is shaded about 10 steps over into left center. The runners will be going. Kuhn from third and Stacia from first. There they go. Swing and a miss, a high fastball. Jordan Wren's took a healthy cut, but Duran gets him on strikes. No runs in the Colonel's 7th. 2 walks, a stolen base by Kuhn, his third of the night. There were no hits, no South Bend errors. The Colonels leave a pair and have stranded 6. It's 7th inning stretch time here at Kovalevsky Stadium in South Bend. And before we send it away for our breaks, let's remind you that you're enjoying Colonel Baseball on 1450 KMRY Cedar Rapids. After 6.5, Kernels 5, South Bend nothing.
We're here for your communication needs. Internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners who make us a team. Service second to none. South Slope Cooperative Communication.
Are you looking to take your baseball or softball game to the next level? The premier place to do it is Perfect Game, located across the street from Veterans Memorial Stadium. Perfect Game's professional baseball and softball instructors will help improve your pitching, hitting, throwing, fielding, and base running abilities in Iowa's premier training facility. For the best individual baseball and softball instruction and training, visit Perfect Game. That's perfect game. Just a fly ball away from Veterans Memorial Stadium.
When it comes to making buying decisions, people let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with ads, coupons, restaurant menus, and more. Delivering to homes and businesses throughout the area, Yellow Book combines the features consumers want with advertising rates business owners can afford. To place your ad, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. That's 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Will Couch leads off for South Bend under the lights here in Gold Dome Country, and it's 5-0 Kernels. Couch is grounded out hard to third twice tonight against Kernel starter Mosebach, and Moose's slider tails down and away and fools the right-handed batter who cut through it for strike one. The Silverhawks were named after a very popular Studebaker model that rolled off the assembly lines here back in the 50s and 60s, the Silverhawk. And I'm telling you, Bob Brooks will remind you tomorrow on Brooks at Bat that if you ever have a chance to come to South Bend, I would highly recommend, and so would Bob, that you not only take a walk around Notre Dame's campus and then take a half day to visit the College Football Hall of Fame, but also the Studebaker Museum is marvelous here in downtown South Bend. It's just a block away from this ballpark. Ball one outside on a 0-2 count to Will Crouch. It's 1-2. Will Couch, rather, not Crouch. Swing and a miss. Moose Mosebach has recorded his 7th strikeout of the game. 7 strikeouts for the Colonel right-hander, who has been in total command here tonight. Moose was quoted recently in an article by Gazette sports writer Jeff Johnson saying that he hoped he would have a chance perhaps later this summer to be promoted, following in the footsteps of All-Stars Nick Adenhart and Stephen Merrick. And we always are elated when a Colonel is promoted. It's a double-edged feeling because we hate to see him go, not only for the help they give us on the field, but for all the great things they do in the community. We miss them. Ball one is outside to Ricardo Sosa, right-handed hitter. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Ricardo Sosa. Escaped Cuba. Boy, I'd like to go to Cuba someday, but not under the current regime. Ball two. Inside. Bobby Magallanes has played in Cuba as a member of Team USA. The 2-1. High fly ball into straightaway center. Brad Kuhn underneath it, and Brad has it 2 away here in the Silverhawks 7th inning, and Moose Mosebach is making it look easy, and it's not. It's not easy to retire professional hitters. Thank you to my good friend Mike Lockhart for allowing us to keep our promise to you, our first look at the State Farm Major League Scoreboard. It's sponsored by State Farm Insurance agents Al Shetler, Brad Dunn, Gary Shubat, and Dale Thompson. Strike one in, the left-handed hitter, Frank Carreri. Carreri has one of the 4 Silverhawk hits, 1-out single, following a Ricardo Sosa single back in the 2nd inning. Ball one low. A final on the State Farm Major League Scoreboard this afternoon at Wrigley Field. The Cubs continue to dominate the Cardinals this year. The Cubs clipped the Cardinals at Wrigley 6-5. Line drive right at Dallas Morris to end the inning. Frank Carreri lines to Morris in another 1-2-3 inning for Moose Mosebach, his 3rd perfect inning at 7 tonight. Boy, has Mosebach been absolutely brilliant here this evening. No other way to put it. Moose has been brilliant. We'll continue our look at the State Farm Major League Scoreboard when the Kernels come to bat in the top of the 8th inning at Kovaleski Stadium in South Bend. It's the Kernels 5 and the Silverhawks nothing.
Are you searching for a better internet service provider? If your answer is yes, then look no further than ComSpeed. ComSpeed provides licensed wireless high-speed internet service and digital phone services, including free nationwide long distance. ComSpeed service is reliable, easy to use, economical, and secure. With ComSpeed, there are no phone lines or cable to fail and no software to install. Just connect the modem to your computer. Call ComSpeed at 362-0297 or visit online at www.comspeed.net.
We're heading to the top of the 8th inning, and the Kernels are ahead of South Bend, 5-0. Let's continue thanks to State Farm Insurance agents Gary Schubat, Dale Thompson, Brad Dunn, and Gary Schubat, Al Shetler, Brad Dunn, and Dale Thompson with our look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. We also have a new pitcher on for the Silverhawks, Donald Julio. Donald Julio is the 4th South Bend pitcher. Emmanuel Duran pitched 1 inning, gave the Kernels no runs on, no hits, struck out 2, and walked 2. The Cubs beat the Cardinals by a run, 6-5 at Wrigley this afternoon. At Citizens Bank Ballpark, they're in the top of the 8th inning, and Florida leads the Phillies 1-0. It's the Pirates playing at home against the Giants at PNC Park, and in the top of the 7th, it's Pittsburgh 2, San Francisco 0. Top of the 4th inning, at Turner Field, the Mets hold a 5-4 lead over the Braves. At Minute Maid Park in the bottom of the 3rd, the Diamondbacks, the parent club of our opponents this weekend, the Silverhawks, the Diamondbacks are on top of Houston 2-0 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Bottom of the 3rd inning at Miller Park, and it's the Brewers leading Cincinnati 3-1. Not underway yet, the Padres and Rockies at Coors Field in Denver, and later tonight the Nationals will take on the Dodgers in Los Angeles. In the American League on the State Farm Major League scoreboard, bottom of the 6th inning at Camden Yards, it's the Orioles 4 and the White Sox 2. The Indians lead Seattle 1-0, top of the 7th inning at Jacobs Field. The new right-hander Donald Julio brings in a strike call to Dallas Morris. Dallas 0-for-3 so far tonight. Grounds one past the mound. The second baseman moves to his right quickly, and Steve Maina's long throw to first is in time to get Dallas Morris 1 gone here in the Colonel 8th inning, with the Colonels leading the Silverhawks 5-0. Continuing with our look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard in the Bronx, the Devil Rays are trailing the Yankees 5-0 in the top of the 6th inning. 2-2 between the Tigers and Twins, bottom of the 3rd at the Metrodome. At the ballpark in Arlington, Ameriquest Field, the Rangers are batting in the bottom of the 1st with the Royals on top, 1-0. And later tonight, the Blue Jays and A's at the Coliseum, and our parent club. Now, wait a minute. The Angels were scheduled to play at Fenway Park, and they are not underway yet. They must have a rain delay at Fenway Park. We'll keep you posted. Perhaps that Angel game has been rained out with the Red Sox, but no score on it yet. 1 ball, 1 strike. The count to the Colonel right-handed hitting Mark Trumbo, and ball 2 is low and away from Donald Julio. One of those neat names that could be a first. You could flip his first name with his last name and still have a logical name. His name could be Julio Donald. Just like our lefty, Mike Pete, his name could be Pete Mike. Ball 3 is outside to Mark Trumbo. Three and 1 to the Colonel right-handed batter. Strike 2 on the outside corner at the knees. Donald Julio is from Panama. 22 years old. 6'1", 170. The payoff delivery. Mark swings hard and misses. That pitch was down and away. A good pitch by Donald Julio. For the second out here in the 8th inning. A wasp has somehow found his way into our booth, so I'm going to keep an eye on that wasp. Usually if they don't bother you, Or if you don't bother them, they won't bother you. A tap to shallow short by Flip Whipkey, and the shortstop has it. Sidearms to first. Manny Fair throws out Flip Whipkey, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Donald Julio as he retires the Kernels in order in the top half of the 8th inning. After 7.5 here in South Bend, the Kernels continue to enjoy a 5-0 lead over the Silverhawks. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
As a parent, have you ever experienced the frustration of watching your child struggle at school because of poor study habits? Did your child's grades suffer last year because of poor organization? Do you wish your child would be more motivated at school to realize his or her true potential? If the answer to any of these questions was yes, then Educare Learning Centers has a proven study skills program just for your child. Educare's Study Skills program has helped hundreds of area students gain the study skill tools necessary to turn grades around. So if learning how to study needs to be your child's first lesson this year, give Educare a call. Classes begin Monday, August 7th and Monday, August 14th, just in time for school this fall. Space is limited. Call Educare of Cedar Rapids today at 832-1965 and get this year started right. That's Educare of Cedar Rapids, 832-1965. Educare is fully accredited by the North Central Association of Colleges and Schools.
John Rogers back with you here at Kovalevsky Stadium in South Bend, where Moose Mosebach has turned it over to reliever Tim DeJurgis. This call of the Kernel bullpen is sponsored by U.S. Cellular. Get your wireless relief with Call Me Minutes only from U.S. Cellular. Moose Mosebach 7 shutout innings. Gave the Silverhawks no runs on only 4 hits. The Kernel right-hander Moose Mosebach fanned 7 and walked none. He hit a batter. Tim DeJurgis will face the lower 2 of the Silverhawk order here in the lower half of the 8th inning, with the Kernels leading it 5-0. That final line again on Moose Mosebach. 7 innings pitched, no runs, 4 hits, 7 strikeouts, no walks, and 1 hit batsman. Tim DeJurgis is on in relief. Tim is 0-6 on the year, on for the 32nd time out of the Kernel bullpen. He owns an ERA of 4.60. Tim DeJurgis, 47 innings pitched, has only given up 38 hits. Tim has struck out 40 men in 47 innings, walked 27. That's been the area he's been working hardest to shore up, is his control. And the league is hitting only .225 against Tim DeJurgis. Tim is a 6'5" right-hander from Tucson, Arizona. He went to Pima Community College, College of the Pacific in Stockton, California, and finished at Regis University in Denver, Colorado. Steve Mena, a right-handed batter, to face Tim DeJurgis. Beautiful curveball is strike 1 call to Tim, or from Tim to Steve Mena. Tim DeJurgis coming off a very good outing Wednesday in Game 1 of a Kernel 8-1 loss to Kane County. Ball 1 low to Mena. On Wednesday night, in the first game of a doubleheader at home against Kane County, Tim spun an inning and a third of shutout relief. Breaking pitch, and that's drilled into left field for a base hit. A leadoff single by Steve Mena to start the South Bend 8th inning. Tim DeJurgis is 6'5", 230, 23 years old. A high pop foul right back towards us is strike 1 to the number 9 hitter, Manny Ferrer. Ferrer. Manny grounded out to short and grounded out to third against the departed Kernel starter, Moose Mosebach. Ooh, a borderline pitch, a fastball. Ball 1, low and outside to Manny Ferrer. Our 8-game homestand starting Saturday, August 5th includes a noon game, and boy, are those popular. A noon game, a high fly ball into shallow center. Kuhn coming on strong. He can't get it. And on to second, ahead of Brad's throw, is Steve Mena. A Texas League single into shallow center by Manny Fair, and the Silverhawks have their first 2 men aboard here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Let's see if that brings Colonel pitching coach Kernan Ronan to the hill. No, Kernan is going to stay put for now. Lunch at the ballpark, Tuesday, August 8th. It's a triple play Tuesday on Tuesday the 8th. Any regular sandwich, including a hamburger or cheeseburger, plus a beverage and bag of chips, is only $5 on Tuesday, August 8th. A high pop foul off to the left by Greg Thompson, the leadoff batter. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning and has gone 0 for 2 since. Yes. Tim DeJurgis has surrendered a couple of hits here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Silverhawks have runners at first and second. Their leadoff man up. Ball 1 is low and away. To Greg Thompson. 5-0 Kernels. Let's see if Tim DeJurgis can get a strikeout, pop-up, or double play here. Tim leans in and has his sign. The 1-1. High fly ball into center field. Brad Kuhn has it in his sights and brings it down for the first out of the inning. Holding at second, the lead runner, Steve Mena. There's the out Tim DeJurgis wanted to get, and he got it. Greg Thompson flying to center field. 2 on, 1 out. And the batter is Leyson Séptimo. Leyson is 2 for 3 tonight. Has 2 of the Silverhawks' 6 hits. Leyson Séptimo. Tim DeJurgis working from the stretch. Line drive over Tim's head into center. That should score a run. Kuhn will throw to the right base, third, and 3 hits in the inning for the Silverhawks. Their fans come alive. Steve Mena scores on a line drive whistled into center. The 3rd hit in a row for Leyson Séptimo. Leyson Séptimo has 3 straight hits. And now let's see if Kernan Ronan has a Mercy Medical Center sponsored heart-to-heart conversation with Tim DeJurgis. He does not. No, yes he does. Yes he does. Kernan Ronan is marching to the hill, and he'll have a heart-to-heart conversation with Colonel Reliever Tim DeJurgis. Everyone says you've got a wonderful heart. Mercy Medical Center can help keep it that way through a heart-to-heart screening. The heart-to-heart screening from Mercy Medical Center is only $35. It's quick, easy, and convenient. Most importantly, it could save your life. To schedule your heart-to-heart screening from Mercy, you can call Mercy at 398-6821, 398-6821. Kernan Ronan is on the hill, and his heart-to-heart conversation with Tim DeJurgis is wrapping up, sponsored by Mercy Medical Center. The Kernels will be wearing special pink jerseys on Thursday, August 10th. It's Cancer Awareness Night. Cancer Awareness Night, sponsored by Oncology Associates, Thursday, August 10th. And you can bid on those jerseys. They'll be auctioned off during the game, and the proceeds will go to benefit Relay for Life. I've seen the Oncology Associates pink jerseys that the Kernels will be wearing on Thursday, August 10th, and they are spectacular. Strike 1, a breaking pitch to Justin Upton. 5-1 Kernels with 2 on and 1 out here in the 8th inning. Upton looks at a fastball at the knees. Strike 2 from Tim DeJurgis. Oncology Associates will present Cancer Awareness Night on Thursday, August 10th. The gates open at 6. The game starts at 7. And there'll be a recognition ceremony on the field before the game for cancer survivors. Upton lifts one into right. Jordan Renz couldn't find it at first. Now he does. Backpedaling in front of the track. Jordan has it. Throws into the cutoff man, Albano. Second out of the inning. Justin Upton flies to right. And this is a tough time of night to pick the ball up off the bat. Kuhn had trouble at first finding the fly ball hit by Greg Thompson moments ago. And for just a moment, Jordan Renz had trouble finding the ball off the bat of Justin Upton. But Tim DeJurgis gets the second out here in the 8th inning. Advancing from second to third on the fly ball to right was Manny Fair. Oncology Associates Cancer Awareness Night. We want to make sure that you know it's not breast cancer awareness, although that's part, but we're trying to raise awareness about all types of cancer. And the Oncology Associates picked the color associated with breast cancer, pink, because they thought it would look most appealing and most unique on the Kernels. Ooh, a fastball just missed outside to Brian Byrne, ball 1. First and third, 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning with the Kernels ahead 5-1. Brian Byrne takes low and in, ball 2. Byrne is glad that he's not facing Moose Mosebach here in the bottom of the 8th. Moose struck him out 3 times. Tim DeJurgis has surrendered a run on 3 hits here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the Silverhawks have runners at the corners with 2 away. Ball 3 is low. We told you the one aspect of his game that he was working on the most was control. Tim DeJurgis, that is. Submarining right-hander Darren O'Day out of the University of Florida is now warming up down the left field line. Oh, brother, a 2-out walk. A 4-pitch walk of all things. A 4-pitch walk issued to Brian Byrne, and that brings the tying run to the plate. And the Kernels may make a pitching change. Yes, they are. The Kernels are going to make a pitching change here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Tim DeJurgis goes 2/3 of an inning. Surrenders so far 1 run on 3 hits. Tim struck out none. He walked 1. And a U.S. Cellular call to the Kernel bullpen. Tim DeJurgis is lifted. And you can get your wireless relief with Call Me Minutes only from U.S. Cellular. Darren O'Day, a submarining right-hander, has come on to face Will Couch with the bases loaded and 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Darren O'Day, according to his father, Ralph, who sent us a very kind email after we interviewed Darren earlier this week in Davenport on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, Darren O'Day was quite a hockey player. And you may be scratching your head and saying, John, he grew up in Jacksonville, Florida. But according to Ralph O'Day, Darren's father, Darren is a very good hockey player. And Darren O'Day, who had 7 saves for Orem, has been called in out of the Kernel bullpen. Darren worked 2 scoreless innings in a Game 2 5-4 Kernel loss to Kane County on Wednesday night. Darren O'Day has not allowed a run in 3 1/3 innings out of the Kernel bullpen. O'Day on Wednesday night pitched 2 scoreless innings at home in the nightcap of a twin bill, the Kernels losing a doubleheader 8-1, 5-4 to Kane County. Darren O'Day helped keep the Kernels close with his 2 scoreless innings Wednesday night at home. No runs, no hits, 1 strikeout, no walks. Darren O'Day, who we're trying to decide whether we can characterize as a submariner or just above a submarine release point, and I'll take another look at him tonight and tell you my opinion. A true submariner comes straight from underneath, almost almost like a fast-pitch softball player. That's what a true submariner is. Darren could be certainly comfortable being characterized as a submariner. He could also be characterized as a side armor. His first pitch, strike one call to Will Couch. Will, nothing for 3 against Moose Mosebach. 5-1 Kernels. Bases loaded, 2 out, bottom of the 8th inning. Will Couch, a .249 hitter, has 10 home runs and 23 RBIs. Couch, out of the University of Texas, grounds to short. Stacia has it, throws to second, out to end the inning. How about Darren O'Day? It took him 2 pitches to end a bases-loaded, touchy situation for the Kernels. Will Couch grounded it sharply to Stacia. Hindley fed Albano at second for the final out. The force of Brian Byrne ends the Silverhawk 8th inning. 1 run for South Bend on 3 hits, 1 walk, no Colonel errors. South Bend leaves the bases full. They've stranded 7. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Kernels 5, South Bend 1.
When it comes to auto insurance, Westside Agency in Palo, your professional Pekin insurance agency, will make certain you're properly insured with the right coverages and deductibles. Westside Agency will tell you about the money-saving discounts from Beacon Insurance. Multi-car discount, good student discount, loss-free discount, 45-plus auto discount, auto home discount, low mileage discount. To see if you qualify for any of these auto discounts that will lower your premiums, visit Westside Agency in Palo.
Peck's Flower and Garden Shop has been family-owned and serving eastern Iowa for 50 years. And Peck's reminds you that summer is the best time to enjoy fresh, colorful flowers and blooming plants. Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center, nursery and landscaping. They're located at the corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Road Northeast. And they have the finest quality flowers and plants for indoors and outdoors, plus all the free expert advice you'll need to make your flowers and plants grow their very best. Whether it's a single flower or an entire arrangement, one house plant or an entire yard of landscaping, Peck's can do it all. Stop in often this summer for fresh flowers and blooming plants at Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center, corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Road Northeast. Peck's is open until 5 o'clock this weekend. Donald Julio retired the Kernels in order for only the second time tonight in the top half of the 8th inning. He'll face the Kernels in the top of the 9th, with the Kernels leading the Silverhawks 5-1. The first ever American Legion World Series is slated for less than 3 weeks from now at Veterans Memorial Stadium, August 18th through the 22nd. Ball 1 is high. Brett Martinez. Brett is 1 for 3 tonight. Martinez hitting .229, 4 homers, 30 runs driven in. And he bashes the 1-0 pitch foul off the mask of the catcher, Frank Carreri. We invite you to meet us at the stadium for the 80th annual American Legion World Series, the first ever in Iowa. Sponsored by the Gazette and KCRG TV9. You'll see some of the best amateur talent in all of the land. The American Legion World Series. Here's a high pop fly into shallow right. Leyson Séptimo comes trotting on to make the play. 1 out here in the top of the 9th inning. Brett Martinez flies to right. Ticket prices range from $5 to $8 for the American Legion World Series. August 18th through the 22nd. Anderson Rosario is 1 for 3 tonight. It's 5-1 Kernels in the top of the 9th inning here at Kovalevsky Stadium. The tallest building in South Bend is well within sight beyond the left center field wall. It's a bank building, Chase Bank. And I'd say it's about 25 stories high. Ball 2 inside to the Colonel number 9 hitter, making his first start since injuring a hamstring muscle in Burlington back on June 26th. Anderson Rosario. 2-0 from Julio is whistled foul off the plexiglass of the restaurant above us. I'm going to check with our good friend Mike Lockard. Mike, do they still call that stadium club above us, the private restaurant, the upper deck? Yes, they do still call it the upper deck. There's no better view in the Midwest League in terms of luxury and in a restaurant setting than the upper deck here at Kovalevsky Stadium. It's very unique. The 3-1. High fly ball, way back in left, and goodbye! Anderson Rosario makes it 6-1 Kernels. It's the third Kernel home run of the game. And Anderson Rosario circles the bases with the third Kernel home run of this game. It's Anderson's second of the year. It came on a 3-1 pitch. Anderson Rosario. And they are hooting and hollering tonight at the Haycap Food Reservoir. The Kernels with 3 home runs, one by Whitkey, a solo shot, a 3-run blast by Jordan Renz, and Rosario belting the third Kernel home run of the night here in the 9th inning to make it 6-1. The Haycap Food Reservoir has benefited because PRC's Community Care contributes $25 to the Haycap Food Reservoir for every Kernel home run this season. 3 tonight, and now Brad Kuhn takes high for a ball. A strike at the knees to the Kernel leadoff batter. With 3 home runs tonight and 59 on the year, PRC's Community Care Home Runs for the Hungry campaign has contributed $1,475. $1,475 to the Haycap Food Reservoir. Anderson Rosario's home run climbed well up the grass slope seating berm and left. And a swing and a tipped foul into the glove of the catcher, Frank Carreri, and that strikeout is the second for Donald Julio. Brad Kuhn, who has reached twice and stolen 3 bases tonight, goes down swinging. 2 gone here in the Kernel 9th inning. With the Kernels leading it 6-1. The batter, Marco Albano. Marco lifts a pop-up into shallow right. The second baseman, Steve Mena, gives way to Leyson Séptimo. Séptimo, on a dead sprint, catches it basket catch style in shallow right to end the Kernel 9th. 1 run on 1 hit. The third home run belted by the Kernels tonight. There were no South Bend errors, and the Kernels leave nobody aboard. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning at Kovalevsky Stadium. It's 6-1 Kernels.
Honey, don't throw those cardboard boxes away.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that we're not allowed to do that. What should I do with them?
Cardboard is recyclable. Just cut the boxes up and flatten the pieces. There's some string in the garage that you can bundle the pieces up with. Make sure you use the string, though, not tape.
Okay, I cut the cardboard boxes up, flatten the pieces, and bundle them together with the string. Now what do I do with it?
Just set it out next to the blue curbside recycling box.
Remember, cardboard is not accepted as garbage. Follow the steps you heard carried out by our happy couple and recycle your cardboard.
As a parent, have you ever experienced the frustration of watching your child struggle at school because of poor study habits? Did your child's grades suffer last year because of poor organization? Do you wish your child would be more motivated at school to realize his or her true potential? If the answer to any of these questions was yes, then Educare Learning Centers has a proven study skills program just for your child. Educare's Study Skills program has helped hundreds of area students gain the study skill tools necessary to turn grades around. So if learning how to study needs to be your child's first lesson this year, give Educare a call. Classes begin Monday, August 7th and Monday, August 14th, just in time for school this fall. Space is limited. Call Educare of Cedar Rapids today at 832-1965 and get this year started right. That's Educare of Cedar Rapids, 832-1965. Educare is fully accredited by the North Central Association of Colleges and Schools.
7 shutout innings by Kernel starter Moose Mosebach, coupled with a 3-home run barrage unleashed by the Kernels, have the Kernels within 3 outs of the 500 mark in the second half. 3 outs from a win here in South Bend. Darren O'Day came on and got the final out of the bottom of the 8th inning. Darren had to face the tying run at the plate in that situation, so I believe he is in a save. He's qualified for a save. His first pitch is low and in, ball 1 to Ricardo Sosa. 6-1 Kernels, bottom of the 9th inning here in South Bend. Darren working from the stretch, paints the outside corner with the strike. 1-1 to Sosa. The Kernels have played long ball tonight. Have out-hit the Silverhawks 8-7. Here's a swing and a foul straight back to the base of the backstop. Strike 2 to the right-handed hitter, Sosa. I have the Kernels with 9 hits. The scoreboard says 8, but they do have 9. A tap foul over. Ooh, that one hit Brett Martinez, and he is writhing in pain. Let's see if Eric Munson can get out there to help Brett Martinez. Brett is now standing up. I don't know where that pitch hit Brett, but Bobby Magianis is also out to look over Brett Martinez. A foul tip off of Brett, I think his right arm. Ooh, man. Man, does that hurt. And Bobby Magianis told us on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show a question about Flint Whipke being beaned. And I think Brett Martinez, that was on Monday, the Kernels are going to have to replace Brett Martinez with Madison Edwards here in the 9th inning. Brett took a foul tip off his right elbow. And it looks like, yes, Madison Edwards is already in his catcher's gear. Bobby Magianis is picking up the mask and glove of Brett Martinez. Brett will be examined thoroughly by Eric Munson, the Kernel trainer. Listen to the hand from the Silverhawk fans for the fallen Kernel catcher, Brett Martinez. He was hit by a foul tip in the right elbow. So Madison Edwards already had his catching gear on. Madison will take over behind the plate here in the 9th inning. The count is 1-2 to the batter, Ricardo Sosa. 6-1 Kernels here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Brett Martinez may have to have an x-ray on that right elbow. Ouch. Now a swing and a foul straight back by the right-handed hitter, Ricardo Sosa. The Kernels took a 1-0 lead in the top of the first inning on back-to-back doubles with 2 outs by Station Renz and have not looked back since. Tap over the hill into center, a base hit. Darren O'Day reached out with his bare hand, and the ball was stroked sharply past the mound into center. A leadoff single for Ricardo Sosa, and that's the 8th hit of the game for the Silverhawks. Sosa's second. Boy, that Sosa has the makings of a very good hitter. We've seen in this first game of the series what a tough out he is. Frank Carreri has singled, struck out, and lined to third. Carreri's a left-handed batter. The sidearmer's pitch is placed into left center. Brad Kuhn on the run makes the catch. Oh, what a fantastic running catch in left center. Brad Kuhn made a fabulous play to take an extra base hit away from Frank Carreri. Kuhn got a great jump on that ball, lashed into left center. Brad immediately went from a standing position on the balls of his feet and full board sprint to his right. Brad Kuhn reached out and nabbed it. What a play by Kuhn to take a run, or at least an extra base hit away from the Silverhawks. Steve Maina now the batter. And he bounces one to third. Dallas Morris throws to second, out, and that's the second out of the ninth inning. Dallas had to come in like gangbusters on a slowly hit tap to the left side. Morris threw across his body and got the force out of Ricardo Sosa. It went 5-4, reaching on the fielder's choice, Steve Mena. Two gone here in the ninth inning. Manny Fair, the shortstop, is now batting the number 9 hitter. 6-1 Kernels here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Darren O'Day pumps in a strike called. I don't know the save rule as well as I should, but I'm penciling in Darren O'Day for a possible save here tonight because he did face the tying run at the plate in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's a high drive way back in left, way back in left, and Anderson Rosario makes a spectacular catch. A spectacular catch by Anderson Rosario in deep left center. Rosario really looked great with that strained hamstring. He had to go all out on it, and in deep left center, Anderson Rosario made the catch to end the game. The Kernels played one of their best games of the year all around. Pitching, defense, offense, stolen bases, home runs. And the Kernels have won the first game of this series against South Bend 6-1. Anderson Rosario robbed the number 9 hitter, Manny Fair, of an extra base hit. The Kernel outfielders made 2 sensational catches, bolstering the spirits of Darren O'Day, who gets a save in relief of starter Moose Mosebach. The Kernels 6, South Bend 1. The Kernels are back to the 500 mark in the second half. 17 wins, 17 losses. We'll have the totals, highlights, and more next here from Kovalevsky Stadium on the Kernel Curtain Call.
Next up, a musical taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a new spin on an old vibe. From me to you, a tasty sip of Dr. Pepper for your ears. And it starts like this.
I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper?
Now that's cool, but pepper is a little better. So let's slide in a taste of this.
I'm a pepper.
Right on. But there's still more to it. I mean, there's nothing like it. Because every sip is a kick and mash up of 23 different flavors. So for the true taste of Dr. Pepper, we dial it up even more.
I'm a pepper.
You know it. With 23 flavors mixed into one bold taste, every sip is a cool mix of music to your mouth. Dr. Pepper, there's more to it.
Your home is a place for savoring all the good things in life. It's a place for celebrations. It's a place where memories are created. Make sure your home is properly insured. Visit Sheets Forest Draper in Marion, your professional Pekin insurance agency. Sheets Forest Draper will give you all important details about homeowners insurance with complete coverages and surprisingly affordable rates. Visit Sheets Forest Draper in Marion for homeowners insurance for your well-lived and well-loved home.
Time for the Kernels Curtain Call. Now, with a game recap, a complete look at the State Farm scoreboard, and a look ahead to upcoming action, let's rejoin the voice of the Kernels, John Rogers.
The Kernels start an 8-game road trip with a very outstanding ball game, a 6-1 triumph here in South Bend. The Kernels have now beaten the Silverhawks 4 out of 5 times and have recaptured the 500 mark in the second half, a record of 17-17 for the Kernels. Moose Mosebach, making his second start against South Bend this season, was magnificent. He pitched 7 shutout innings, giving up just 4 hits, striking out 7, walking none, and hitting 1 batter. Moose Mosebach in 2 wins over South Bend this season, 15 innings of shutout baseball. Moose Mosebach, 15 innings of shutout baseball combining his 8 innings of shutout ball on May 1st at Veterans Memorial Stadium with his 7 shutout innings tonight, leading the Kernels to a 6-1 win. The Kernels hit 3 home runs tonight and looked very, very much like the team that won 6-3 last night at home against Kane County. The Kernels scored against the starter, Matt Torra, who only went 1 inning. That was by design. Torra, coming back from an injury, gave up a pair of doubles to Heinley Stacia and Jordan Renz in the top half of the first inning, and that gave the Kernels a 1-0 lead. Moose Mosebach hit the leadoff batter in the bottom of the first inning, but retired the next 3 Silverhawks, striking out Upton and Byrne, the numbers 3 and 4 hitters in the Silverhawk lineup. The game remained scoreless, or the game remained 1-0 Kernels until the 5th inning, when Flint Whipke belted his 3rd home run of the year, leading off. Flint's leadoff homer in the 5th came off Ryan Schreppel. Schreppel was the lefty who was supposed to start the game. He did come on in the 2nd inning in relief of Matt Torra, the right-hander, and Flint Whipke's home run, his 3rd of the year, made it 2-0 Kernels in the top of the 5th inning. In the 6th inning, the Kernels made it 5-0. Marco Albano drew a leadoff walk and then stole second. Heinley Stacia broke his bat and dumped a single over the shortstop, Manny Farrer's head, sending Marco to third. With runners at first and third and nobody out, Jordan Renz hit a bomb over the left center field wall. It was his team-high 18th home run of the year, a 3-run blast by Jordan to open up a 5-0 lead for the Kernels. The Silverhawks scored 1 run in the bottom of the 8th inning on 3 hits and a walk. That run given up by Tim DeJurgis. Darren O'Day came on and got Will Couch, the number 5 hitter, to hit into an inning-ending force-out with the bases loaded as the time run Will Couch grounded into a force-out to end the Silverhawk 8th inning. In the 9th inning, Anderson Rosario, making his first start since June 26th, socked the 3rd Kernel home run of the night and made it 6-1. Darren O'Day surrendered a single in the 9th inning and then was helped on 2 spectacular catches in left center, one by Kuhn, one by Rosario, that took runs away from the Silverhawks, and the Kernels were 6-1 winners here tonight. The final line score, the Kernels 6 runs, 9 hits, 3 of them home runs, no errors. We left 6. The Silverhawks 1 run, 8 hits, no errors. They stranded 8. 4 of the Silverhawk 8 hits came in the last 2 innings. Moose Mosebach was brilliant. He's 8-5, the winner. The loser was starter Matt Torra for South Bend. He's 0-1. The game took 2 hours and 37 minutes, and no attendance was given to me. No attendance was given to me. 6-1 Kernels. We'll be back in just a moment with our PRC plays of the game.
Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to the ballpark every Wednesday this season. You heard right. Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to Veterans Memorial Stadium every Wednesday this season. The first 750 of you Colonel fans to enter the gates before Wednesday's home game will receive an envelope full of money inside from Fairfax State Savings Bank. Each of those 750 envelopes will contain a greenback up to a $100 bill. Fairfax State Savings Bank, free money Wednesdays. Come early to line your pocket with cash.
There's a lot you can do to satisfy your taste for Italian. You can marry one. Do you, Susan Smith, take Giuseppe Fantini? You can drive one. Or you can go to Zio Giano's and feast on Zio's homemade bread, pizzas, and pasta, authentically prepared in Zio Giano's famous Italian style. Zio Giano's for the hometown taste of Italy.
Oh, come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes you Zio. Come to Zio Giano's for il Italiano. Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes.
On a beautiful Friday night in South Bend, the Kernels have won their 2nd in a row, beating the Silverhawks soundly behind Moose Mosebach, who notches his 8th win. The Kernels belted 3 home runs and stomped South Bend 6-1. PRC, they're proud to present our PRC plays of the game. We'll have 2 of them for you tonight. If you're looking for a company with a great heart with fabulous career opportunities, visit PRC online, www.prcnet.com. That's www.prcnet.com. PRC's benefit package is known as Life Essentials, and the benefits are essential to life. They include a flexible schedule, 401k retirement savings plan, medical, dental, vision, and pet insurance, and a casual dress code. Those are all part of the Life Essential benefit package at PRC. With the Kernels leading 1-0 in the second inning, the Silverhawks put back-to-back singles together with one out. Ricardo Soso singled to right. Frank Carreri singled to center. South Bend had the tying run at second, the go-ahead run at first in the bottom of the second inning, with the Kernels leading 1-0. Here's our first PRC play of the game.
2 homers, 21 RBIs. Comebacker to Mosebach. Moose throws to second to Stacia. Out. Heinley unloads to first. Out for an inning-ending double play. A comebacker to Mosebach. Moose gloved the one-hopper and then flung his peg to second where Heinley Stacia caught it to force Frank Carreri. And then Heinley, with the runner right in on his feet, was able to get enough oomph behind his throw to get Steve Mena and complete the 1-6-3 double play that ends the South Bend scoring threat here in the bottom of the second inning.
And that's why we chose that play, started by Moose Mosebach, a double play, as our first PRC play of the game. We're now going to bring you a second PRC play of the game. The Kernels led 2-0. An RBI double by Renz in the top of the first. A solo home run by Flint Whipke in the fifth. The Kernels led 2-0. In the sixth inning, Albano walked, stole second, advanced to third on a broken bat single to left by Stacia. The Kernels had runners at first and third with nobody out, and lefty Ryan Schreppel facing Jordan Renz. Here's our second PRC play of the game.
Renz is yet to see a pitch from the South Bend southpaw. Now he will. A high, deep drive into left center, way back at the wall. 3-run blast by Jordan Renz. Jordan Renz with a 3-run homer. And he makes it 5-0 Kernels here in the top of the sixth inning. Wow, Jordan Renz greeted at home plate by Stacia and Albano. Renz hit a high fly ball into deep left center and over the 12-foot high wall. It went onto the grass slope seating berm. Jordan Renz has given the Kernels a 5-0 lead here in the sixth inning with a 3-run homer.
That's our PRC play of the game in a Kernel 6-1 win. 3 Kernel home runs tonight. Whipke, Renz, and Rosario, and $75 more, $25 per home run, contributed to the Haycap Food Reservoir by PRC and PRC's fabulous Home Runs for the Hungry campaign. The Kernels win it 6-1. We do have an attendance now, 2,688. 2,688. We'll check with our friend Mike Lockhart if it's at all possible to give you scores on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. We will. If not, we'll have a final word next from South Bend here on the Kernel Curtain Call.
The hottest feature in beautiful Veterans Memorial Stadium is the coolest place. It's the Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub. How can you and your friends relax and splash it up from the most coveted spot at the ballpark? Simply register at Center Point in Westdale Mall and listen. If you're selected as the winner, you'll enjoy the ultimate entertainment experience. AquaJet Stream Comfort atop the left field wall in the Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub. Brought to you by Westdale Mall and by Whirling Waters. Your chance to splash it up.
Did you know that Honda has the highest fuel economy average of any automobile company in America? Randy Kill Honda in Cedar Rapids is proud of their Honda dealership, and for good reason. Just listen to this list of remarkable awards for Honda vehicles. The Ridgeline, voted the 2006 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. The Honda Civic, voted 2006 Motor Trend Car of the Year. 2006 Car Driver voted the Honda Pilot as the best large SUV and best overall value of the year. Add it to the Honda Odyssey, car driver's best van for 2006. It's easy to see why Randy Kill Honda is the home of confidence and continues to offer the best value and lowest prices on your next new Honda. Check out the large selection of fuel-efficient pre-owned vehicles, too, online at randykill.com. Randy Kill Honda, where they treat you right.
The Kernels have pulled themselves back to the 500 mark with a 6-1 win here tonight. We told you earlier in the evening that we do not have internet access here in South Bend. The Coveleski Stadium does not have wireless access, so as a result, we're unable to bring you the State Farm Major League scoreboard. We can tell you that thanks to State Farm insurance agents Gary Schubat, Dale Thompson, thanks to State Farm insurance agents Brad Dunn, Dale Thompson, Al Shetler, and Gary Schubat, that the Cubs beat the Cardinals 6-5 this afternoon at Wrigley Field. We'll also be giving you a chance to earn rewards to Bruce Moore when we get to Peoria, the second leg of this road trip, but because we do not have the capability to receive email or tap into the internet, we cannot bring you a Bruce Moore Bonanza here in South Bend. The Kernels slugged 3 home runs. Mosebach pitched 7 scoreless innings. Darren O'Day notched his first save as a Kernel, and the Kernels win their second in a row, back to the 500 mark, 17-17 in the second half, with a 6-1 win here tonight at Coveleski Stadium. Tomorrow evening, we'll bring you the game in the zone at 5:40. 5:40 will be the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, and it'll be Brooks at bat. Bob Brooks will join us here at Coveleski Stadium. Bob will talk about the long history of Notre Dame football, their rivalry with Iowa earlier in past decades, and also about the College Football Hall of Fame here in South Bend. Brooks at bat will come your way as the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show time tomorrow is 5:40 here from the Cove. And before the top of the hour, we want to remind you that you're listening to Kernel Baseball on 1450 KMRY Cedar Rapids. We'll be back on KMRY Monday evening for the series finale. Tomorrow night's game at 5:40 with the Brooks at bat. And then Sunday afternoon, we'll have the South Slope Communications Triple Play Showtime at 12:10, 10 after 12. And then we'll be back here on KMRY at 5:40 on Monday for the series finale. Tonight, the Kernels whip the Silverhawks 6-1. John Rogers signing off from Gold Dome Country.